Spicy.
Good reason to get out of bed. Got sleep in my eyes, clouds in my head. I need a shot of something to make my motor go. Yes, I do. So I turn on the Klein and Alley Show. Stop the sick. Give me some Klein and Alley Show. Let me get my shoes. Give me some Klein and Alley Show.
Let's get high.
Get your motor running with the Klein and Alley Show. I said, get your motor running with the Klein and Alley Show.
3, 2, 1, go.
Klein Alley Show.
106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Oh, good morning and welcome to Monday. The final Monday we'll be doing live shows of the year 2024, I think still. How the hell goes it? You hungover? You tired? You sick? All of the above? Or maybe you're just at home in your bed still because you don't have to go into your job today, in which case we are insanely jealous, but let's go ahead and make these next 4 hours count. I'm Klein, there's Allie.
Morning.
That's DJ Omar Khan, known as the Audio Sniper, and I forgot how much I enjoyed that anticlimactic 3, 2, 1 countdown. It's one of my favorite drops of 2024, and I don't know if we'll get to it today or sometime this week, but of the thousands of drops that have come up on this show.
3, 2, 1. Go.
That is
3, 2, 1, go.
If that doesn't get you hyped up for a brand new week, nothing will.
And what was that for again? It was
That
like
was-
a SpaceX launch, I think.
It was something less exciting than that. I don't remember what it was, but it was definitely that was not the right person to make the call. Oh, I know. But I can't wait to find out. You know, Omar has his favorite drops of the year, and some of them are noises we made on the show and out of context things. Even just listening to that song, the Vanessa.
I love Trump, ba-da-ba-da-ba.
That's one of the greats.
Thank you.
That's why I got to make the top 10. Yep.
So much.
You think that's going to make the top 10? Allie's
Probably.
That's what pushed Trump over
It's
the
because
edge.
she hates it. I also have to take into account the level of hate you guys have for whatever I
Yeah,
play.
that's true.
Yeah,
That
that
does.
makes it better for me. Yeah.
So if we hate it more, there's a better chance that what we said will be in the top 10 drops of the year.
This one is going to make my top 10 just because it's so real, and the vitriol in this person's voice right here is just phenomenal.
I know
You
it.
guys are stupid assholes.
I love it. I love it so
That was
much.
probably the most angry I had been all year.
And I don't remember what it was that fired Allie up so much, but it was one of those things where she just lost it. She couldn't play along, and she just stopped everything and called us all a bunch of
Took a
stupid
turn.
assholes.
Very good.
Because
Very
you
festive.
also knew I was getting pissed off.
Yeah,
so
we
of
kept
course
going.
then
Yep.
you have to poke the bear.
You gotta poke the dyke.
The
That's
big
what we say. Gotta
muffin
poke
top
it.
bear.
Let's listen again.
You guys are stupid assholes.
So pure anger right there. And a happy holidays to you and yours. So we got lots to get to on the show today. In the back, you got Jake the Nerd over there.
What's up?
Still smelling like Jake. It's really strange. Ever since I put his weird sweaty pit shirt on
My
it.
favorite moment by far of acoustic was Klein putting on Jake's sweaty tie-dye T-shirt.
Not only was it my least favorite moment of the night, it may be my least favorite moment of the year and potentially my lifetime. It was one of the grossest things I've ever experienced. We'll break that down a little bit later in the show if you don't know what we're talking about. Great seeing all of you if you were out there at the forum, and for those of you that were not, that were following along on the Instagram or on the YouTube Live. Let's make sure that next year no one misses it, because that was great, and we cannot thank you enough for all the people that showed up early to hang out and support the show. A lot of homemade Klein Alley Show signs out there, and it was just a great Saturday. What a show put together. Of course, we'll break it down at some point this morning. We'll also give you stuff because we appreciate you listening. Want to bribe you to keep here on KROQ. We'll get into it all next. KROQ, your Klein Alley Show. If you want to interact with us, and I don't see why you wouldn't, you can join us. Oh, no, hold on. Don't play that song. Hold on. Sorry about that. It's Monday. I'm still out of it. You can interact 800-520-1067 to join us live. You can text. You can call. We're here for you. We'll be here all week. And then we're going to take some much-deserved time off. At least that's our opinion.
I don't know if we deserved it. But
No, we're taking it anyway. So anyway, if you need to interact with us, there's lots of ways to get involved. The GOAT line also very active over the weekend, 844-956-GOAT. Allie, I don't know if you know this, but some people drove to be at the forum and others flew in because they wanted to be at that show so badly. And we met some listeners that were at our live show that claimed that they got on a plane, flew in just to be at the Acoustic Christmas.
Hey, Josh from Utah. Just wanted to give a review.
Now, this wasn't even the guy I was talking about. This guy flew in from Utah.
I talked to this guy, yeah. They were super excited to be here because it was way warmer here than it was in Utah.
It's not Utah. I mean, I would imagine if you go to anything outside of Utah, you go to a cheesecake factory, you're probably like, oh my God, it's the greatest thing ever. It's not Utah.
Almost Acoustic Christmas was amazing. I flew in just for the show. I listen to you guys every morning. Love it. Keep up the good work. Johnny is very attractive, coming from a hetero middle-aged man.
Hey, there you go, Johnny. No better compliment than getting you're very attractive from a hetero middle-aged man.
If you ever want to go gay, you can with this guy.
Guy's probably got many wives, potentially a few husbands. Who knows?
Klein, leave the sunglasses on. You got some beady little eyes.
Thank you for that. Appreciate
That's so
that.
funny because you were like, should I take my sunglasses off? I don't need them. I don't think I need them.
eyes.
It just looks better, right?
Beady
And I was
little
like,
eyes.
yeah, it looks better.
That's so insulting to be told you have beady little eyes.
And I wanted Billy Corgan to sing like Frosty or something. But, oh well. Love you guys. Bye.
Hey, thanks for coming in. That's real
If
commitment
that's
right
the
there.
one thing you're disappointed about, then it was a pretty good show.
Yeah. I mean,
You're just disappointed that Billy Corgan didn't sing like Frosty the Snowman? What's the likelihood of that happening?
some people were hoping for it, I guess. That's the thing. I don't know. People go into any show thinking...
Frosty!
Yeah. You think Billy Corgan was thinking, should we do Today, one of our biggest hits ever, or should we do Frosty the Snowman and throw people off?
And I'll wear a little top
I mean,
hat.
they did some covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did.
They were
awesome.
Here's some more thoughts about...
By the way, that new guitar player, whew.
Yeah, I know. Saw her in the halls walking.
You did?
She was walking to the stage. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, I couldn't pull off those pants. Damn, good. She is. I mean, I'm...
No, you couldn't because she would not let you.
She's great at guitar. I tried to pull off her pants. She's great at guitar, but I mean, I'm sure that the way she looks didn't hurt either.
If there was just a complete troll who also played guitar as well as she did, they would not have gotten the job.
Like that guy, Wolfgang Van Halen, is pretty good at guitar apparently, but he didn't.
He is amazing.
He didn't get offered that job, and he wouldn't have looked as good in those pants either. So,
Yo, I just want to thank the show right now because my girlfriend won tickets to the Acoustic Christmas. But the first thing that comes to mind is like, what the heck are we going to do with our dogs?
well, that's your problem, not our problem. But you know what? Worth it.
That's why I don't have a dog.
That's
because you spend 90% of the time going, what are we going to do with the dog?
If you have $100 that you would like, Allie's holding on to it right now. I'm looking at it. And
Hello, beautiful.
It can be yours. She will give it away every morning right around this time, and all you got to do is be on the phones at 800-520-1067. It is better to give than to receive this time of year, which we will prove to you in a moment if you make it through the phones and you are the contestant chosen for Allie Knows the News. Nothing would make me happier, and I mean this in all seriousness, than Allie hitting a 5-day losing streak to end the year, which would mean paying people every single day.
What are you doing?
Monday,
I have
Tuesday,
a child.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Let's let Allie's kid have to find his own Christmas gifts in the streets.
In the cozy corner.
In the cozy corner where he's forced to go when he's punished. And let's give you her money right now. If you'd like to play, we got 5 questions about stuff that happened in the news this weekend. All you got to do is call and play and win, and we'll do that next right here on KROQ.
The 33rd annual KROQ Almost Acoustic Christmas.
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Let's solve a mystery. A couple days ago, a package arrived after the show. It was a giant bouquet of these live forever flowers that last for a couple of years. They're very expensive. They're sent like a giant, looks like a paint bucket. I think it's officially known as like a hat box or something.
Oh.
I don't know what those things are called, but fancy. And it was arrived and it was addressed to Vanessa. She doesn't want to give her last name. And this, she didn't know where they came from because there was nothing on the card except it said, here, something brighten your day or something.
It
some
said
trash.
smile. Brighter days are ahead.
Smile.
Hope you like these.
Brighter days are ahead. Now, there's been so many interesting developments with Vanessa. You know, Vanessa's single. She lives by herself. Let me give out her address.
She has no protection.
No
There's
protection.
No building security.
Low windows and no
What are
blinds.
you guys talking about? I have so much protection.
So here's the deal. Vanessa is freaked out because she thinks that maybe she has a stalker. And the reason she thinks this is because she went on a date a few weeks ago with someone, and she said the date wasn't great. So she said to the guy, you can just walk me home and we'll call it a day.
Yeah.
The guy walked her home. A few days later, in her mail, a handwritten note from the guy.
Saying, I really, really like you still.
Yeah.
I want to spend time with you. By the way, get well soon from your surgery.
Right.
And we said that was creepy.
And then he signed his name.
In blood.
In ink, but it was might as well have been blood. It was a creepy signature. Regardless, that happened. And then Vanessa's like, I'm such an idiot. Why did I let the guy walk me home? And a lot of people texted us, especially a lot of women, and they said, word of advice, never even though it seems chivalrous to be like, let me take you home. Don't do that, especially early.
I actually have a friend who's been dating for a while, and her favorite place she lives in Anaheim, her favorite place to go on dates is downtown Disney. She's like, you literally have to go through security.
Oh, it's great. Smart.
You are in a crowded place 100% of the time.
Yep.
No one knows where you live or anything. It's just, let's meet at downtown Disney.
Oh, when they open up that Din Tai Fung, I'll be a regular. Soup dumplings all day. So Vanessa is freaking out. And then these flowers arrived. So the first thought she had was maybe it's the guy that also delivered. This guy likes to deliver stuff. Mm-hmm. Then there was a bunch of theories because she recently had a little flirty exchange, we thought, with the new lead singer of Sublime, Bradley's son, Jacob Noel. We thought maybe that was the situation going on.
He's got flower money.
He was here, and he was just here. He knows the address. That would have made sense. We talked about, of course, the Bud Light Bros, because the Bud Light Bros.
Yeah. Vanessa gets around.
She gets
I
around.
do not get around.
Everybody thinks they have a shot, with you. And the Bud Light Bros let us know that it was not them.
What's up, Klein Alley? It's the Bud Light Bros. Hey, great show today, guys. Hilarious. Just wanted to say, Allie is absolutely right. We are not Vanessa stalkers. As certified cheapos ourselves, we would never spend $400 on some flowers from Chateau La Fleur.
So they're out. They tapped out. They're not involved in this at all. They
Glad
never
we
did
can
it.
mention the flower company.
So they didn't get involved. They cleared the deck. Then there was a lot of theories coming through. Instagram went through all the theories, hundreds of theories pouring through Instagram, text line. Maybe it was this. Perhaps it was that. Maybe it's a security guy at the building. Maybe it was one of the bands. Bands, sometimes they send stuff over, like if we have them in, not because they're trying to sleep with Vanessa, but because they appreciate coming by and coming on the show. And Vanessa's usually the one that does all the emails back and forth. Could have been any of a number of guests that came by recently.
Yeah.
Gwen Stefani. Maybe
I wish it was Gwen Stefani.
I know, that'd be so nice.
That'd be so cool.
Maybe it was a pre-gift from Billie Eilish, who's going to be by on Friday. I mean, it could have been any of a number of things. You don't know.
Right. But it was definitely for Vanessa.
Definitely just for Vanessa. And the message, even though it was vague, did say, here's
that brighter
to brighten
days
your
are
day.
ahead. Yeah.
So
now we have a break in the case.
there is a break in the case. Someone heard us discussing this on the air. And you can see what these things look like. And they're
From
up.
prison.
Inmate number 77357. And he said the following. No, we got a text, for a DM from someone. And they said the following. And I just want to say before I read this, Vanessa, I had no idea how many strangers out there are infatuated with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It is.
I'm flattered, but I also don't get it. But thank you guys. But I don't understand.
There it is. That's the attraction
Exactly.
right there.
That's it.
the
That's
charm.
it.
Is
That's
that
it.
Vanessa
Yep.
doesn't care. She just wants to live her damn life. She's still hung up on some chef that doesn't want to be in an exclusive relationship. And that's what makes her so wanted.
Yep.
Did you drunk text him after your birthday thing?
No.
Hey,
I
guys.
don't know.
Actually, I don't know.
Because I don't remember.
That was the other theory, that Vanessa was just out and having a wild birthday weekend in Long Beach, and she was drunk and making out with God knows who. And
I
maybe
didn't make out with anyone.
You don't know that.
Hey
I
guys,
know this.
she wrote, this is the DM guy. Hey guys, hope you're having an amazing day. I just wanted to apologize to Vanessa for the mystery gift she received yesterday. I honestly feel terrible for freaking her out. But I honestly just want to do something nice. That's all. And hopefully you guys don't take it apart. Because our theory was it was full of drugs. That was another theory.
That was another great
We were
theory.
going to rip it apart. It was very heavy. We figured it was a drug smuggling thing. Anyway, there's nothing other than that and roses, I promise. No cameras, no drugs, etc. As far as the message, I was just trying to be a nice gesture. Mm-hmm. And even though your life is great, you just never know, that's all. But again,
that's creepy.
sorry.
What do you mean that you never know? What are you going to do?
Life is short.
But again, sorry, Vanessa. I did not mean to scare you. I honestly do feel bad. Probably should have signed it. But yeah, again, my bad. And this was just from a...
So this is from a listener that interacts with us regularly on our Instagram, but also could have... Can't you just take responsibility for the flowers?
Right. Well, that's the other thing. Anyone
Can't you
could
be
take
like,
responsibility.
sorry, I spent so much on you.
Right. That's what I would do. That's a great move. You want to slide in to Vanessa.
Yeah.
So anyway,
So you're welcome, Vanessa, for the flowers.
That's right. There, we decided.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday!
It's a show thing from all of us.
We forgot your birthday and we got you these flowers. Happy bright day! Right?
That makes sense now, actually.
Okay.
There we go.
Man, I can't believe she bought it. What a dummy. Yeah, so I think they're from a listener. Well, at least one guy took credit for them. Maybe.
But now there's a different admirer. It's crazy.
That's crazy. So now we got to give this guy
I think
her
now we're
address.
up to 3 admirers, which is
funny.
a lot.
You have more admirers than the rest of the whole show combined.
Exactly.
Which is so frustrating.
Which is the whole show combined is 0.
Yeah, all we want is an admirer. We have
Just
0.
one.
Guys, please, everyone that admires Ali, Klein, Jake, Omar, Johnny, hit them up. Because I cannot go with this attention.
Don't send us flowers, though. Send us
them
food.
flowers. Send us food.
Part 2 of this is that Jake took those flowers and tried to give them to his girlfriend and hoping it would end his dry spell. We'll get to that later in the show, but it also could not have gone worse.
I heard you listening to some of it and just shaking your head, and it made me so sad. I haven't heard it yet, but it seems like you were very sad for him.
Yeah, we'll get to this later today. We'll come back in a moment, take a look at what's going on in the world together, then the Freeway feud and your sold-out Billie Eilish tickets all coming up. Morning right around this time, chance for you to get $100 of Allie's money. That was Jimmy World right there, fresh off their performance at KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas. Sold that show out. Thank you for stopping by, hanging out. Hopefully you had a great time as we did. And let's get into your $100 chance right now. Allie knows the news. 5 questions stand between you and getting rich.
She leaves the room. Is she making poos? Let's find out if Allie knows the news.
People from all over Southern California would like an easy shot at $100. In fact, someone claims on the text line that this was going to be my side hustle for the holidays, was just taking $100 from Allie every single day this week.
Good luck.
What better side hustle is there than that?
I talked to a few people, at Acoustic that had played along in the car, and one of them was a child who said that she has beaten me over and over again from her car, and I was like, prove it, call in.
Allie,
so you heard me, little kid.
Allie likes to beat the children more than having the children beat her. And remember that for an early takeaway from today's show. Allie likes beating children. That's why she created
metaphorically through games.
The cozy corner. Let's say hi to Cindy in Montebello. Hey, Cindy, good morning. How goes it?
It goes good.
You ready to win $100 of Allie's money the easy way?
I will win $100 of Allie's money.
I like that confidence.
Manifesting.
Allie's going to leave the KROQ studios now. You're more than welcome to watch what this looks like as she walks out of here. That's one of my favorite sounds of the year when Omar was playing the dump truck sounds every time Allie walked out and re-entered the studio. It was one of the strongest songs of 2024, according to me. She's out of the studio now, which means we can officially begin your round of Allie Knows the News. 5 questions. You're more than welcome to play along. Let me know on the text line how you would have done had you been playing for the actual $100. Your round, Cindy, starts right now.
Allie Knows the News.
All right, after being in the same location for over a decade, a taco truck vendor said that they've now been forced to leave. They have been banned by setting up in the parking lot of this grocery store chain. Which grocery store chain has tossed out a taco truck that's been there for a decade?
Superior.
Superior. Go to question number 2. This movie star / comedian has issued a statement after a physical altercation at a Beverly Hills restaurant.
Nacho.
Question number 3. Sports memorabilia, the baseball that was hit by this Dodger just sold for $1.56 million. Who hit the ball that just sold for $1.56 million?
Is it Asian? Okio.
Is it Asian Okio? I will put that in the category of problematic.
And we glossed over Nacho, by the way.
We also problematic Nacho. We got a question number 4. Airbnb is taking steps right now. Airbnb is taking steps right now to eliminate what from happening at any of the rentals in the upcoming weeks? What are they trying to stop from happening in their Airbnb rentals? Theft. And we go to this final question. 2.6 million travel mugs have been recalled by this company. Starbucks. All right. We will score it together. Let's bring Allie in. See how you do. See how she did. How you feeling, Cindy? How's the confidence level right now?
My confidence is very high.
Okay, well, that's already wrong also. We got a question number 1.
She's
Allie's
consistent.
Consistently wrong. Allie's back in the studio now. My goal was to make her pay a person every day this week. Let's see if that happens. Question 1. Allie, after being in the same location for over a decade, a taco truck vendor said that he is now being forced to move his truck. They are being tossed out of the parking lot of this chain grocery store.
Look, did I not say last week that Ralph's was my least favorite grocery store?
Well, you're wrong. But, I mean, sometimes they need the spots for the shoppers.
Those parking lots are big enough.
No, some of them are not. And I probably would defend the taco truck. Allie's right, by the way. It was Ralph's. But you got a good location for your taco truck. You've been there for a decade. You kind of assume at that point it's like squatters' rules. It's your land now.
Well, and usually if you're walking into a Ralph's to grab lunch, you've already kind of given up.
Right.
And so then you see this taco truck and you're like, well, hold on. This is a way better option.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. When I see food trucks, even like those pop-up tents, I know they're probably not supposed to be there, but I just like the fact they're consistently there.
I love the balls they have to set up in the first place.
There's a cheesesteak place that sets up in the middle of a car wash in Sherman Oaks.
They're just like, we're here now.
Yeah, I've never gone to get my car washed there. I've gone for cheesesteaks there 4 times at least. So go to question number 2. Allie's up 1-0. This actor / comedian has issued a statement after being in a physical altercation at a Beverly Hills restaurant.
Yeah, Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx. Anything to promote his new Netflix show, right? That is correct. Allie goes up 2-0.
Was that the statement?
She guessed nacho. She guessed nacho.
Nacho?
Should we go to question number 3?
Is she just still talking about the food truck?
Still talking about the food truck. Question 3. This Dodgers baseball just sold for $1.56 million.
Oh, God. More baseballs? I don't know. Oh, the Freddie Freeman home run.
Allie, what a guess. The Freddie Freeman walk-off home run ball just sold for $1.56 million at auction.
Doesn't that seem a little low?
Yes.
Wow.
I don't think so.
Compared to the $4.4 million for the Ohtani 50-50 ball?
Well, once again, the 50-50, first time in the history of baseball
This
that
is
has
the
ever
first
happened.
time in the history of baseball that's ever happened in the World Series.
That's not.
It is. I don't think
it's
that's
not?
true.
Kirk Gibson did it.
Yeah, I also think...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I also
I
think...
thought it was the only time.
Oh, really?
Shohei is in a different category
baseball
than all
sucks,
the players.
dude. You know this? I don't know anything
Question
about baseball.
4. Allie's up 3-0. Jesus. Question 4. Airbnb is taking steps to stop people from doing this in their rentals over the next few weeks. They want to put their foot
New Year's
down.
Eve parties.
That is correct. They do not want party houses, which I can't figure out a reason why you'd rent an Airbnb on New Year's Eve if you're not throwing a party.
Well, they claim that
Sleep
AI is going to be figuring it all out. So there's these red flags that show up, and then they'll not let you book if you set off red flags.
And final question, Allie's up 4-0. There's no comeback in your future, but let's go ahead and give you this last one anyway. 2.6 million travel mugs have been recalled by this company.
Stanley?
Stanley is the one. Allie swept it.
Wow.
Clean sweep. Cindy, you got nothing right. What must you shamefully admit over the airwaves of KROQ?
Allie does know the news.
Yes, and you know nothing. But tomorrow, and believe it or not, Vanessa, I want you to get on the radio and defend yourself. You're not looking for the dumbest person who calls, right?
I am not looking for the dumbest. I'm looking for the most confident, the smartest.
Right.
The
But
one that would beat Allie.
some people claim that we have a system here that is flawed behind the scenes where we are looking for people that are brain dead or comatose and immediately putting them in the front of the line to battle Allie so Allie doesn't have to pay the people.
You know what? I will say in Vanessa's defense, though, sometimes dumb people sound very smart. And a lot of very smart people sound like morons.
Yeah, and dumb confidence is like the way to go through life.
Totally.
There's a lot of people that are living a good life because they are dumb and confident.
I mean, look at, like, Beer Mug. He's somebody who sounds smart and he's dumb.
Oh, as dumb as they get.
But
Also,
he's really good at sounding like he knows what he's talking about.
don't know if I would ever say he sounds smart. He delivers dumb things with confidence.
He will deliver facts like he knows something, and then you realize that he doesn't know anything about that thing.
That is true. Yeah, he does do that. Like, you go to, when we went to Magic Mountain with him, he's like, that roller coaster, just so you know, is built in 1965. It was the first wooden coaster on the West Coast. And then you, like, read about it, and it's like, first of all, it's made of steel, and it was built 3 years ago.
No,
and
and you're like, why did you tell me that?
And he goes,
Hard for me
so-
to keep track of my clogs.
Yeah.
That's right. That's one of the lines right there. That's a smart man talking. That's something only smart people say. I can't keep track of my clogs. Talking about how many times he has clogged
It's not
the toilet.
smart enough to.
Let's give you this from Offspring, and then we got a show to get into today that will be very valuable for you if you want to win tickets. We got lots of them for you. We'll even give you some ticket stubs for KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Good to see you.
Sweet David's Klein and Alley. I'm really happy that I saw you guys at the pre-show on Saturday. That was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. I feel like there's a part 2 to her statement, which we'll get to later. We don't have time to get into it now, but thank you for all of the people that made it out. Good times hanging. Hopefully you had some fun at KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas, be it your first, your 33rd, or whatever, somewhere in the middle. Always a good time. And by the way, just a ton of people pointing out on the text line, Jake is wrong. Jake is wrong. Will Jake ever admit he's wrong? Freddie Freeman is the only player to ever hit a Grand Slam walk-off home run. Kurt Gibson's was not a Grand Slam.
I didn't say it was a Grand Slam. I would say it was a walk-off home run.
Just once again, just everyone wants to point out Jake is wrong. It's nice to know that I've officially heard a moment.
Admit you're wrong, dumbass.
Live when Jake was wrong, but he will never admit it. Go ahead, Jake.
Not wrong.
What?
Oh, my God.
But you are wrong because we were saying that baseball that just sold for $1.56 million, even though I think that seems like a lot of money.
We said it's the first time that's ever happened, and then you said,
Yeah.
no, it's not.
You said no.
Yeah, walk-off home run has happened before. Kurt Gibson did it.
No,
With the
no,
Dodgers.
I said Grand. I was in my inference was towards the Grand Slam.
Well, you didn't say Grand Slam. You were inferred.
Holy
you didn't say Grand
moly!
Slam.
Yeah, you
What
know
a
what?
Grand Slam your stupid face!
Jake's right. Omar, you're wrong. Jake's right. I'm on Jake's
All
side
right,
now.
all
The
right,
ace.
God damn it.
Can't interfere with the ace.
Klein, I can assume since it is 9 days left till Christmas that you are completely done with your holiday shopping?
Haven't started yet, but I did have a plan yesterday. Oh, my plan yesterday fell apart because I ended up just drinking a lot, watching football. But this week, I need to start doing some stuff. I have really...
Oh, hey, dude. And you can't order online anymore because I tried that mid last week and everything's back ordered. Like my stuff's not getting in till this. I bought you guys the best present ever. It's not getting in, and everybody's getting the same thing. It's not getting in until December 27th. I was just like, what?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Even on Amazon, it was like this will arrive in January. I'm like,
Yeah,
what?
you're
What's
screwed
What's
now,
going
dude.
on?
Well,
But so
I'm not screwed because I'll just make my way. I'll go in person. I'll just find something.
That's what I did yesterday, and it was
It
actually
sucks.
it wasn't bad.
Really?
yesterday.
Where did you go,
Dude,
Omar?
I went to the Ontario Mills. I hit up the Target, the Kohl's, the Lowe's, and everything within
All my favorite places.
6 hours. I got everything done. Yeah,
You got everything done in 6 hours?
in 6 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, and I also hit up the Costco too.
Yeah, I think that's the trifecta right there. But I did my Christmas shopping early, so I really only have like 1 or 2 people left to shop for. So I've got 9
such a good
days.
feeling.
It's a great feeling, but here's what kind of screwed me. Over the weekend, I got 3 separate texts from people in my family or in my circle saying, hey guys, just want to let you know we're not really doing gifts this year. Or we're only going to get gifts for the kids, like people who are under 18 type
Yeah,
of thing.
I get
All
it.
the adults are not doing gift
Yeah,
exchanges.
life got expensive. For some reason, it feels like this
Totally
year, life got
expensive,
really
man.
expensive. And
Yep.
it doesn't matter if you're doing well or you're not doing as well. Even if you're doing the same, it feels like you're not a buck does not
Everybody's
stretch as far.
stretched,
Everyone's
yeah.
stretched.
But then I think it's interesting that, do you think they sent that text early enough? Because now I bought stuff for half those people.
So,
and
you
now
know,
I'm
They
like,
should have sent that right after Thanksgiving.
that's what I think too. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So now I think that they,
By the way,
leading
genius
up,
on their part.
Smart.
Yeah.
Because they probably know people already bought them gifts, and they're like,
Yeah.
I just want to let people know. No, and you can't be a dick and go back over the top to them and be like, what do you mean no gifts? F that. Get me a gift. You can't say that. So you just got to go, all right, totally get it. So the question is, if you got a gift for someone, and then they throw you the whole,
No
hey, no
gifts.
gifts, do you still give them the gift you got them, or do you keep it for yourself, or you bring it back, or do you give it to shift it to someone else?
Exactly, because I don't necessarily want to just keep the stuff that I bought because I'm cheap.
No.
Right. No, I get
You
it.
know, I'm not
Did
just
you
going to
have
have.
givers? Can you return it?
I don't know if some of the
You
stuff
can't
is
return
like.
a lot of that clearance stuff Allie buys.
It's all kind of final sale, Omar.
That's a lot of
Yeah.
final sale stuff. Allie's a big fan of the old final sale
When
section.
you spend $7.90 on a top, you're not going to get that money back.
When you get a
Right.
table with 2 working legs and 2 that are kind of missing,
Well,
that's
and some of them are like gift cards, and I'm like, you can't really return those.
No, but those
then
you
I
could-
guess I could use them, but then I feel weird using a gift card I bought for myself.
yeah. But it's more
Still
about
feels
the,
like I spent the money.
it's more about the idea that would someone get mad if they say to you, "Hey, we're not doing gifts," and you still give them something? Do they get angry and go, "I told this person no gifts," or are they like, "Oh, nice, I won this war. Like I got a gift and I don't have to
see.
get them a gift."
And then if they're doing no gifts, does that translate for the rest of time?
Does that is it? Yeah, if they shut it down, I think
If
everyone.
once you shut down, you can't reopen, right?
I think everyone secretly, and maybe I'm wrong about this, and some will argue this takes the spirit out of the season, but I think everyone secretly is hoping to eventually get to that point where they.
No one is getting or giving gifts
yes,
ever.
Yeah, that's right.
That's That's the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's where we're all moving to eventually. Because every year I think with my sisters, I'm like, maybe this will be the year where we just go, look, you get your kid something they want, just say it's from me. I'll get my kid something they want, say it's from you.
Yes, because you know your kid better than I do. I never see them.
I don't want to do this whole I'm sending links over here and this and that. It just makes no sense.
But then also, I wonder if parents do that and say, hey, no gifts, do it for the kids, because they want their kids to get better stuff. And I already got stuff for their kids, and I already spent X amount of dollars, and now if I'm not getting stuff for them, are they expecting that to trickle down to their kids?
Probably.
So I'm supposed to beef up their gifts.
Yeah.
Now I got to reorganize everything. So what the hell?
If someone has said to you a text and they said, did they give a reason why we're not doing gifts this year, or just said, hey,
no.
They said, hey, we're just not going to do gifts this year?
Just said no gifts for adults. That includes the grandparents, by the way.
Right.
But I'm like, so I think it is just because everyone's strapped, which makes sense. I mean, I don't think they really need to explain it. But now I'm like, okay, well, the kids are like 18, 20, like they want money.
But old people's cool because you can just find something they already have, wrap it up, and give it right back to them. They'll be like, oh my God, I love it.
Or like number one grandpa works every year.
Yeah, just like it's the same thing. Just keep giving it to them. That's just
my God, my slipper.
I have one just like this.
Just like this.
This is great. We got your gayest football highlights from the weekend. Congratulations, Ram. They're now a 1 seed, huh? This is KROQ. KROQ. Klein Alley Show. 949 says, my sister and I buy each other a bottle of wine, then we sit there and drink them both together. That's a beautiful holiday tradition.
That's great.
Nothing that a little alcohol can't solve. We are Klein Alley Show on KROQ, and congratulations. Who knew when the season began that the Rams would be sitting high atop the NFC West standings after going on a bit of a streak?
I mean, it's not hard.
Also, a lot of other teams just falling apart there. Niners and Seahawks. Sorry, Jake. Squawk. Not doing so hot. So as a result, Rams now top NFC East, not NFC West. But, there's much more to it than just that. Allie was watching the games for a completely different reason. She brings to you now another week of the gayest football highlights that you'll ever hear. Here we go.
Here are the gayest sports highlights from the week.
Here's Allen slipping out of a sack. Handoff to Chubb. And Chubb coughs it up. The bottom is dropped out for Cleveland. Scan the field. Got a man coming open in the back of the end zone. In the game very quickly. Yeah, that took 2 minutes and 2 seconds. Seems a little early, Tony, but here we go. They almost grabbed him by the hair at one time. Here's the hair pull. Winston downfield, end zone, on his knees. Well, watch what the hard play action does to this inside hard play action. Everybody gets sucked in.
He said, I want to play loose and have fun out there.
Block, and just skip out of there, Mr. Skipper. And look at this. I want to hit you. Get over here. Skipper!
And that deserves a wow.
These have been the gayest sports highlights from this
They're getting into a full-on gay-off mode at this point.
Skipper!
Quick break. Back with more Show Your ADD News and more next on KROQ. Summer travel season is here, and perhaps you've gone through TSA before and thought to yourself, what happens with all the stuff that they take out of my bag? Do they keep it? Do they chug all this water later? If you leave something and your sunglasses, for instance, and then next time you go to the airport, you're like, hey, that guy's wearing cool sunglasses. Did he get those from a forgetful traveler?
Those are my aviators.
What percentage of things being checked through airport security are dildos? I mean, these are all questions we all have, and we finally have people on that will answer them. The return of the AMA, this time with TSA employees. Quite a few on the phone to pick from, including Chase, who's been working. Chase, how long have you been a TSA employee?
5 years.
And what does that make do you have a title, or are you just standard run-of-the-mill TSA x-ray guy or greeter? How does that work?
No, I am a lead officer here at TSA. So
Okay.
I'm a little above the original officer status.
So when you're the guy that has to tell the people, hey, why don't you finish those bags and then go take lunch?
Basically, yes.
Okay. But you also get first dibs at whatever you take out of people's bags?
No, not exactly.
All right, we'll get to questions. We got questions for you. Hold on one second. Also on our phone right now, this is actually a listener of ours, believe it or not. Hey, Lily, you listen to this show regularly, huh?
On every morning when I'm on the 405.
Wow, and you are a TSA employee as well?
I'm a former
employee.
employee.
Employee. Oh, so you
Yes.
could spill all sorts of tea, huh?
How did that end?
I parted ways with the agency. I went to a better opportunity.
Right, so do you have to give back your sweater with the eagle on it?
I had to give everything back. I can't walk around with that during Halloween,
Yeah, it's too bad. I feel like you got that sweet sweater with the eagle. You know the eagle, Allie. Everyone believes the eagle.
You do.
All right. Chase, we're going to rapid-fire questions. If you have questions you've always wanted to know from TSA employees, we got Lily at our disposal. We got Chase here. We will get to all your questions. 800-520-1067 for this AMA with the TSA. Allie, give them question number one.
All right. What is the worst station to work at? Is it x-ray machine? Is it the person that tests all the bags that get pulled aside? Where does it rank?
Is Chase going first?
Yep.
All right. The worst station that I believe to work at is the station where people have to step on the footprints and then put their hands up. It's called the AIT machine. One, because people don't listen to directions. They don't know how to take every single thing that's out their pocket. It's not a metal detector. It's a body scanner. So we need everything out of your pockets. We just need whatever is going to be on your person. So just clothes.
Hey, but I thought that those machines, there's an issue that the pictures are too good and you can see people's genitals.
Yeah, wouldn't that make it the best station?
No, it's not an X-ray. It doesn't let us see through people's clothes.
Hold on, that's what you say, but you still work at TSA. Let's now talk to a former TSA employee and figure out if that's true. Lily, can you see my junk and when I stand in that thing and hold my hands like I'm doing big moose ears?
Klein, unfortunately, I would not be able to see your junk if I was to be an operator still.
Because it's
Okay.
too
No,
small.
sir.
Thank you. Is that because you aren't zoomed in enough? Is that the issue? All right, fine. They agree on that one. Chase, question number 2. It's an AMA with the TSA. Any questions you've ever wondered? A lot of people asking about, will you take their weed? Are you looking for the weed? I thought all of the dogs that used to smell for weed have now moved on to high schools and stuff, and they use only dogs to smell for bombs. But if you do see someone's got a bag of weed in there, are you going to take it, Chase? Or are you going to let it go through?
No, we do confiscate it if we do come across it. That's not where we're looking for it specifically, though.
What about CBD and edibles? Those questions were coming through a lot. There's like 70 questions about weed.
It's a little complicated when it comes to like the more medical, weed and everything. But if we do see it, we have to, escalate it up to the next supervisor. Or,
Right, but like gummies, you can't really tell. You're just seeing a gummy.
No. If it's like anything in like edible form, it's just mostly like we just see it as food. So we wouldn't really be able to tell, honestly.
But when weed does get taken and you're like, man, we got a nice score here, because sometimes the bag's got a real smell coming off it and you can tell this has got weed in here. Do you guys save that for an end-of-year TSA party, or how does that work?
No, it all gets confiscated and taken into someplace else that, doesn't get used by any of the officers here.
310, have you ever seen somebody that worked at TSA take something and pocket it after they confiscated it?
Oh, yes, 100%.
What kind of things do they take?
Money. They've taken, more like expensive items that, a passenger may have had, something that they, they think that they need or that they want.
Yeah, sometimes they'd be like, hey, take that wallet out and put that in the dog dish as well. I don't know why they still use those doggy water bowls for this. You ever do that, Lily? You ever take anything or see anyone take something?
No, sir. Then I'd lose my job. As much as I didn't like working there, I liked the paycheck.
Lily, what percentage of times do you see sex toys in the bags?
Oh, 90% of the time.
90% of the time? Come on, you're telling me 90% of
all those families ahead of me in line, they all have dildos?
It's all dildos?
Yes, sir.
And you can see what those are. There's no way to hide that, wrap that in a sock. You still see what it is. You can always tell that's a dildo?
Through the X-ray, we could see that.
And do you ever have a code that you say to other TSA employees if there's something worth checking out? Like, you obviously can't say, look at this giant dildo, but do you ever say something like, the bird has landed?
It's an eye. The look that we give each other. I
always thought that was someone's smells. Hey, Chase, do you confirm that is true? 90% of bags have dildos?
Yes, and I don't understand why, because what are you going to do? Use it on a plane? Like, put it in your checked luggage. Why are you bringing it in your personal bag?
It's really not.
Because we have to pay for checked luggage.
Yeah. Allie's dildo weighs over 50 pounds.
All right.
So she don't want to pay extra for that. You understand?
323 has a question that we have always all wondered. Are the TSA agents always in a bad mood naturally, or are they just appearing tough? What is with the TSA scowl?
Most of the bad moods come from people not being able to listen to simple directions. And just, I guess the schedules that they work, it all varies when it comes to any of the officers that are here.
You would agree, though, Chase, that the general public is dumb, correct?
It does seem that when they enter through the airport doors, common sense goes all out the window.
Yeah,
Does it annoy you more when people try to make you in a better mood, by cracking jokes or being personable, or do you appreciate that?
We appreciate it for the most part. Sometimes when they're too corny, it's like, okay, you're trying too hard, like, get out of our face.
And is there ever a time, and I'll ask this to Lily first, but Lily, is there ever a time when you were working TSA that you knew someone had something that was, quote, not allowed, but you said, I'm going to let this slide? Now, I'm not saying a gun necessarily or a knife, but, maybe you're like, that person's got
I like you, so this grenade can go.
This grenade's flying with you today. But maybe there's a bot, they got a half a Coke Zero they didn't finish. I'll let them bring it on the plane and don't make them buy another one. Do you ever just let that slide, or?
Unfortunately, I did not, Klein. I'll be real with you. I was one of those sticklers.
Oh.
I had to follow the rules. Yeah. I know. I was the worst. The worst.
What is the thing that the general public does that was the most annoying for you? Is it like what Chase said, that we just forget the most basic stuff?
I agree with Chase that you walk into those airport doors and you forget where your brain's at. And that bugs us a lot.
They do tell everyone now that making a joke about a bomb is just as bad as actually having a bomb. Do you still hear people making jokes about bombs? Like, well, I'm glad you took my water. You didn't find my bomb. Does that still happen?
That is 100% the most dad joke that you will hear at the
Right.
airport.
You hear that a lot.
Yes.
Rock, let's get to your ADD news, and we get into a brand new hour of the show. We should talk about the bribery we have for you today, because I know that we didn't come empty-handed, even though you would think we're out of stuff to give you. It's the end of the year. We just got through a KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas, but that will not stop us today from giving you tickets to Six Flags Magic Mountain Holiday in the Park, happening select nights now through January 5th. We'll make that happen for you starting at 9 a.m. this morning, all day here at KROQ. And also got a pair of tickets for you to check out the very funny Aziz Ansari at the Long Beach Terrace Theater on April 6th. So tickets for comedy and thrill rides, and we got all that coming up. But first, let's find out what's happening in the world with your news.
Grab your Adderall, because if you don't, someone else will. It's time for ADD News. Now, does anyone have any Adderall?
So I unfortunately know what it's like to get injured on your birthday, and it's not a fun feeling. Of course, I'm not Jamie Foxx, so no one cares when I get hurt. When you're Jamie Foxx, you have to explain yourself, especially when there are stitches involved. And he was at Mr. Chow over the weekend in Beverly Hills celebrating his birthday. Cops eventually showed up responding to a physical altercation at around 10 p.m. Don't know who started it yet, but what we do know is that a glass was thrown at his head at one point. It hit him in the mouth. And then he ended up needing to get stitches for it. But the fact that no arrests were made make me think that this was not just a one-sided thing. It wasn't like someone was just at the restaurant, picked up a glass, and threw it at him. Because then wouldn't you be like, arrest that a-hole? There had to have been something on both sides for them to just leave with nobody in the back of that police car.
He just released a Netflix special, and I think it had to do with the fact that he almost died last year, right?
Yeah,
he had medical
a brain
issues
bleed that led to a stroke, and they said if the bleed had gone into his head, he would have died. But it went out.
Went out of his head. But then there was also, he was talking, I didn't watch the special yet, but I know they when you're scrolling through Netflix, they always give you like 20 seconds of it, and he was talking about how he couldn't walk for a period or something, or didn't think he
That's
could
hilarious.
walk. Very funny stuff. But you would think that if you kind of get that second lease on life, if you'd try to avoid getting into physical altercations for a while. But no, who's to say if it was his fault or someone else's? But I always find it interesting that the table where so many arguments and disagreements start has so many great weapons on it, between the forks, the knives, the glasses.
I mean, a fork could do, I think, sometimes the most damage.
A lot of damage can be done, but we don't know. Mr. Chow's, I'm sure, chopsticks as well. Very, very dangerous weapon. So you just got to be.
That's probably the least dangerous, I would say, of the cutlery.
I know you do a great impression, Allie, of Benihana's, but what is your impression of someone eating a meal at Mr. Chow's?
I'm not going to do that.
Oh.
Because I haven't worked on it yet.
Okay. Well, when you figure it out,
But
come
here's
back.
a chopstick being thrown. Ready?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
All right. The drones that have been sighted in New Jersey and in Temecula, later on in Long Beach, have brought up a lot of theories as to who's responsible for them. Are they from the government? Are they from another country? Are they aliens? And, of course, a lot of people have weighed in on what they think, Joe Rogan, etc. But all that matters is what Tom DeLonge thinks. And what he says is very interesting. He posted up on Instagram a screenshot of a government document from many years ago, and he said these drones that are being discussed, they can hover for 6 hours and then just disappear once they're spotted. And this is why it's hard to get any facts from any U.S. agency. And he said that what the movement is called it's called transmedium travel, and it's a very hard thing to do. And he said that the behavior of these drones is a repeat of exactly what happened in the 60s. So he thinks UFOs that are trying to mimic other aircraft. And it's happened at Skinwalker Ranch. If you saw that documentary, he's saying that there's a lot of comparisons from previous UFO activity.
But these drone sightings are not just happening on the West Coast. There have been a ton discovered on the East as well. So many cities now are claiming that they've got way more drone activity. Isn't it also the time of year, though, that people are playing around with holiday gifts and, the average...
Let's just get 60 drones together and practice.
Well,
Is that your theory?
I think every year the price of drones drops, and I think that every year someone's like, oh, man, that drone last year was $500. This year it's only $100.
But aren't these, super huge?
They're not
they're
enormous.
Everyday,
they're the size
little,
of cars.
Right, some of them are bigger. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, they got them at Costco.
So?
I just like how the aliens hate the flyover states.
They
on the coast.
They skip all of the flyover stuff, or the flyover people have already been abducted by all the aliens, so who knows?
That's what makes me think that it's not aliens, is that there are so many of them and they're so visible. Like, so many people have videos of these things.
Yeah, but we got so many more
They don't
cameras.
care.
We got so many more ways, and we're kind of surveilling so many more things now that maybe this was happening.
But they're not being stealthy. They're just so in your face.
But if they're trying to mimic, if they are alien and they're trying to mimic, dumb Americans playing with hobbyists.
Look at me,
Right.
I'm playing with a drone.
Then maybe that's what they're doing. They're like, this will be just come across like some neighborhood pervert who's trying to catch a peep show.
Yeah, aliens, word of the wise. If you want to mimic a pervert.
Right. That's
very easy to do.
Yeah, most people I know that are drone people, they're all perverts. I mean, they all claim they want to get some cool shots for some film they're never going to release, but it's all perverts.
You are so right about that going down in value every year as a holiday gift.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like the new massage gun gift. Like, I remember everyone was getting massage guns one year, and it was like, wow, what a great idea. You can massage yourself at home. And then it was like, wow, I should get you a drone. I got my dad one year, and I don't think he's ever used it.
Someone ever gave you a drone a couple years ago, you're like, well, your friends are millionaires. And now you're like, oh, man, to buy a drone, get 3 drones free?
I think there's like $12 drones, like good ones. All right, when it comes to New Year's Eve parties, of course, you could go to one of those clubs. You can pay tons of money, or you can just have a really great house party. And, of course, when you want to do that, you can turn to a place like Airbnb where you can trash it and then go, not my problem, and leave in the morning.
The best part about it.
So they have been trying to crack down on this for a while now. Last year, I believe they stopped booking altogether for New Year's Eve. Now it seems they're using robots to help. They say that there's going to be a new AI algorithm this year that if you try to book on New Year's Eve, it will take into account the trip length, the listing type, the distance from the guest's location, and the timing of the reservation. And if the booking is flagged as high risk, it will either be blocked or they'll redirect you to some kind of an alternative rental, i.e. a host who doesn't care.
I even thought that they were going to be monitoring any social media connected to you to get a sense of if you look like a partier or not. Like they would just start sizing you up. Be like, this person seems kind of lame. They're going to sit around and do crossword puzzles.
Oh, these are all posts about books. Book them.
Yeah, let them have the house. But if it's like a picture of you like funneling beers and stuff, they're like, all right, this person's a partier. Don't let them in. Airbnb does not like you doing the one-night parties there, which is a goddamn shame because I think
that's what it's built for, man.
That's what I believe started that whole
Nobody
thing.
lives in these Airbnbs anymore anyway. What do you care?
Brand new hour of the show. We do it right now.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning, and hopefully you're recovered from KROQ's almost acoustic Christmas. You made it out there. We got a chance to hang out. The pleasure was all ours. Hopefully you had a good time. Congratulations, and thank you to all the bands that went up there on that rotating stage and wowed us all. It was truly from start to finish. Once again, even though we're doing a lot of running around behind the scenes, you only get, caught like little bits of bands here and there. Allie, was there any band that you actually got a chance to sit down and watch their entire performance? Because I feel like
the entire performance, no.
None of it.
No. I got to see a couple songs from the Linda Lindas who I wanted to see. I got to see a little bit of Beck who I'd wanted to see, and then I saw most of Smashing Pumpkins. That's about it.
I'll tell you, though, every year there's at least one band or artist on the bill that all of the other bands, no matter where they are, they all come out of their dressing rooms to watch. And I feel like in this particular case, Beck is one of those guys that every other artist, I think because he's so cool or whatever.
But he's also such a weirdo,
He's
which
so
I
weird.
love.
Yeah, but every band was like, oh, Beck's going on. Let's go check out Beck. There was a lot of clamoring for the Beck. So hopefully you had a good time.
You know who people were not clamoring for was me and Ray Heppenstall singing Give Me Your Love, which played in its entirety during the pre-show.
Oh, it did?
Yes.
What do you mean, like on the Jumbotron?
Yeah.
Oh, how did that go over?
Apparently it was so awkward and uncomfortable because nobody there knew what the hell it was. And it was
Great.
like in between a bunch of ads for like Bob's Furniture and stuff.
Super.
And then it was just 3 minutes of me and Ray.
Now you've officially made it. Lots to get through this hour on the show. Jake was out and about talking to people, and I didn't realize what impact our show has had on just regular strangers walking around the Forum on Saturday.
Before Klein Alley show, I know read good. Then I see Klein know read good too. Klein, we same. Learning is for poo-poo dum-dums.
Yep.
Thanks, Klein, and Poogers too.
All right, so yeah, just a regular person letting us know what impact this show has had on their education.
I'm going to cry.
Your Red Hot Chili Peppers, a song of the season. I would argue Snow is a holiday song. So let's go ahead and soak this in together as ratings soar with this Christmas classic from the Red Hot Chili Peppers on KROQ.
So long I've been waiting, girl, you know I've been anticipating for the day you'd come my way. Now you're here and I got to say, hey, you're my adrenaline, you're my fire. Girl, you make me want to reach up higher. No star is too far. Spread your wings as we reach up for the sky. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
I see the lightning, feel the thunder. Girl, it's time for us to go down under. I've got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories.
Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. I got a shoulder you can lean on.
When
Times get bad, don't be sad. Right here by your side. Yeah, yeah. True love's so hard to find.
When you get it, got to hold on tight.
I got you, and you got me. Let's get together and make some memories. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love. Give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love, girl. Now give me your love, give me your love.
K-Rock, Klein Alley Show. If you need us, you can interact. 800-520-1067. We're here live for the interaction. We're here all week, as a matter of fact. We have terrible contracts. So get ready to hang out all weekend if you're going to your job or you're out trying to figure out some last-minute holiday gifts. We will hang out with you that whole damn time.
I'm not sure even the rest of K-Rock is coming in anymore.
No, I didn't see any other cars in the parking lot this morning except for ours. So we're here, and other than that, it's pretty dark. Regardless, we got stuff for you today. Make it worth your while. Give you some tickets later this morning for you to go to Six Flags Magic Mountain, and you can also get some tickets coming up a little bit later. Actually, I think this hour or early next for Aziz Ansari at the Long Beach Terrace. Got tickets for that show as well. Text line active as well as the phones and the GOAT line. I just want to pay respects to Allie because there's a compliment here, believe it or not. We receive a ton of insults.
I don't believe you.
Oh, listen.
Nope.
Hey, Klein Alley. This is kind of a drunk message.
Okay, well, let's just get that out of the way. This person is drunk. But regardless of the fact that they may or may not be inebriated right now, they have something they'd like to say.
We just went to the Acoustic Christmas, and it was fantastic. And we saw you guys beforehand, and I got to tell you straight out, me and my girl we would hit Allie any day of the week. She's looking fine tonight.
100%, Allie. You look.
This is this guy and his girl said that they would both hit you.
They'd like.
And I don't know if they're talking
Physically
about sexually or physically, but
Fine.
100%, Allie. You look so freaking hot tonight.
So just know, don't listen to what anybody says. You are a fine-looking woman. See ya.
This guy also is very drunk. He did want to
And
start.
then he passed out and threw up on himself.
That was the end of that.
Well, I did not plan what I was going to wear, and then Friday at like 2 p.m., I was like, I don't know what, I got to get to a mall or something. And I hate clothing shopping anyway, but I hate clothing shopping in any kind of a time frame. Like, okay, you have till tomorrow at this time to get it figured out.
Right.
And then I cannot be left to my own devices in those scenarios either.
You cannot trust your. It's a big moment when you can respect and understand the fact that you cannot trust your own judgment about how you look in things.
No, and I was trying to I was going in a certain direction in my mind of what I was going to wear, and then I sent the first picture of something to Katie, and she was like, "What are you thinking?" I sent her a picture of brown loafers.
Oh, should have done it.
And she was like, what is your vision here?
Right.
I'm not really sure what's going on. And then I was like, I can't trust myself.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
I've a lot of times seen stuff on mannequins before, and I've said, man, that mannequin looks cool. And if I put that on me, I'll look cool. And then I put it on me, and I realize I don't look cool.
Especially if the mannequin has cool hand gestures where they're like, "Dah."
Yeah, like a spike for a head. I'm like, God damn, that's a cool
That's
mannequin.
a cool spike.
Spike for a head.
Yeah, it's, I don't understand. I mean, I guess less so with men, but with women particularly. My wife did come to Acoustic Christmas for a little bit, but she started by sending me a text to say the following: how cold is it, and is anyone there wearing heels? Now, it's a very strange message to receive for so many reasons. First of all, is it cold there is such a subjective thing, and in her world, the answer is always. And I've said this before, it does not matter if we are on an island by the equator. You will find a reason. If
there's a draft,
there's a tropical island breeze, you will say this is uncomfortably cold. So the answer is, I say, it is always cold. The answer will always be cold. Even if I'm sweating, and in this particular case, I was wearing a shirt covered in sweat, but it was Jake's sweat, I still wanted to let her know, you will be cold. And I've said, yes, cold, yes, always cold.
Yeah, but also it's inside.
Inside, but it doesn't matter. The answer is she will find a way to be cold. But the question is anyone there wearing heels? Is a ridiculous question to ask when you're in a venue that holds 15,000 people.
And what's great was seeing you try and figure out if anyone was wearing heels.
Yeah, I just started.
You're like, is anyone wearing heels around here?
I think people thought I was some weird.
Allie, what do you got on? Is that heels?
I was for a while. I just watched people. I watched people's feet for like 20 minutes walk by, and I think they thought I was a weird foot fetish guy. And I was like, in my head, I'm like, all right, sneakers, all right, flip flops there. That person's barefoot. Blah, blah. And then I would report back to her and go, I've seen a few heels, but not
3 to 6 heels have been spotted.
How many is a few?
Yeah, like not overwhelming amounts.
I mean, it's a rock concert. People are going to wear like Chucks and boots and stuff.
But you know, like I think women, for whatever reason, or maybe just her, wanted to make sure that if everyone was in heels, that she was going to be the one sucker in sneakers.
You know what she should have worn is brown loafers.
I should have said. Allie was contemplating a pair of brown loafers. So I report back to her and I give her the heel update and I say, no heels, not enough heels spotted. Sneakers are fine. Be more comfortable. I'm always saying be comfortable. You know me. Look at us. Look how we dress.
Especially at a show where there's 9 bands, you do want to have comfortable footwear because you're going to be standing for a long time.
Walking around a lot, this and that. So then, of course, I send this to her. She shows up. We get out. She gets out of the Uber. And, of course, the first group of people she sees that are standing there. It's like 6 girls. I don't know who they were. They were dating the band. They're all in heels. Every single one of them. And she walks out with sneakers. She goes, well, what happened to the no heels thing? And I said, I didn't see these women until 5 seconds ago. I said, trust me, they're sneakers. I saw, let's go. So I bring her, I go, let's just start looking. And then I start all night. I'm going, sneakers, sneakers, sneakers. But then if she sees heels, she'll, heels right there. Knew it.
Yeah, but nobody is looking at your feet.
That's the other thing I said.
Especially when you're in there. I don't even notice the shoes that anyone has on.
I was like, oh man, I'd F those feet. That's what I said.
Oh, that's right.
That's what I said every time.
Dude, you are a weird foot guy.
I'd F those feet. Hey, D, you're on KROQ quickly. We got to go. We're way behind. We got a big show to get into all morning.
Hey, D, what
long.
do your feet look like?
D, what are you wearing currently on your feet? Let's start with that. It's a guy.
David, my feet are beautiful, by the way.
Thank you. What can we do for you?
I just wanted to make a comment on the Almost Acoustic Christmas. When Allie was trying to give everybody props, especially the first responders, the firefighters and everything, it appeared that Johnny was celebrating right before during her give everybody props for the first responders situation, and he had his hands up like he was celebrating for
like he was a first responder.
Yeah, Johnny, unfortunately,
that's right.
Johnny's like
that's how he walks around in life.
Right,
I know.
He's like
he's always just celebrating.
He's like an overexcited doodle. Like he just is constantly happy about things. And Allie was taking a moment to say, I just want to say, been a rough week. We got a bunch of fire department here that we wanted to give the night out. And as she was kind of having this moment, and the crowd was reacting appropriately, Johnny's like fist pumping in the air, like almost like he was Team Fire. He's like, fire! Fire! We got to take a break. We're back in a second. More show next. The scammiest of all the scams going on, I'd have to imagine, are the pet psychics. But it's a booming business now, to the point.
I would say life coaches and pet psychics.
Yeah, and if you are one of these people, and if your business card actually says both of those on there, I bet you the back of your card says free at Vistaprint. But I also bet that it is, for some reason, it's one of these things where who can call if someone is if your life coach is getting free business cards at Vistaprint, you want to find a different life coach.
They need their own life coach.
Here's the thing, though, the pet psychic. It's like in some ways, people want to believe so much that they are communicating with their animals. They can't speak English to each other, so I can communicate. And if the animals no longer with us, I get it. I lost a dog recently. It's very sad. I still think about Chloe a lot, but
as a dog psychic yourself, Klein, have you been able to speak to Chloe?
All the time. I know exactly what she's doing. And
what is she doing?
She's urinating on God's rug right now. And the reality is, if you'd like to connect with a pet, present and or past pet, you can call us at 800-520-1067. I will give you a free connection with your animal, something that would cost you normally hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. And a lot of these pet psychics, the really good ones, you can't even get with them because the wait is like 2-3 years.
Yeah, one of the last ones we talked to, I think it was like a 3-year wait list. And Klein will not only talk to your dead dog, but will also read the mind of your current dog, because that's what some of these psychic mediums do.
Dog, cat, hamster, whatever you're into.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and turn. I was also a skeptic, but
What's Kibby thinking?
Kibby's thinking, please end it.
Yeah.
Kill me.
I know that too, and
she likes it.
Kibby wants out of that relationship so badly, and everyone knows that. You don't have to have special power.
Yeah, and don't pay $1 for that advice.
800-520-1067. I'll only have time for a few of them, so you got to get through early, because if not,
he's going to have a wait list by the time we're done here.
I will also be back jammed through 2028.
Well, the reason that we're bringing this up too is that there is another dog medium / pet medium who was speaking out about whether or not dogs can see ghosts, and she seems to think that all dogs can see ghosts, but not all humans can see ghosts. So you have to be in tune with your dog and connecting with your dog in order for them to tell you whether you're in a house that is full of ghosts and whether they're threatening spirits and all that stuff. And if you have a dog who is having weird behavior, they of course can sense that stuff because they have a sixth sense that humans don't have.
They can smell better, they can hear better, they can see better. And
sense, general sense of your surroundings and whether or not energy is weird.
This is why they claim that if you look at any of these videos that get released after an earthquake hits, they go like the dogs were being all weird and squirmy, sometimes even like an hour before the earthquake, because they could sense it. or whatever else is going on. And, they got the dogs that are, supposedly can smell out cancer, right? They can just go up and you hear these stories every once in a while. Oh, the dog would just come up and start licking my knee for no reason. And then the guy gets the knee biopsy and they find out he's got cancer there.
Yeah. And then think about how many people don't date a person because their dog didn't like that person, because they trust that their dog knew something that they didn't about that person, like they have darkness inside of them and the dog knows.
Let me try this. Let me see if my powers are still as good as they once were. 800-520-1067. Diana.
Hi.
Hi. I want you to think of the animal that I'm going to connect with, okay?
Okay.
I'm sensing the letter B. What is your animal's name?
My animal's name was Orion.
But he was a boy?
Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
That's right.
Good job, Klein.
Thank you. That's where I got the B. So we're on the same
That's where I
page.
got the B.
And I'm sensing I'm seeing a chihuahua. I'm seeing a small to medium-sized dog.
Is that right?
No.
Hold on. I didn't
Not
finish.
a dog.
Okay. Well, that's why. Let me finish it. It's playing with a cat.
Okay. All right.
Orion is a cat.
He was a cat.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Small cat. So look at we've already gotten to. And Orion is no longer with us.
No.
Yeah, okay. And I am sensing that Orion passed very suddenly.
We did, actually.
Whoa.
Okay, here we go. And I'm seeing a car.
No car.
No, I'm just telling you what I'm seeing outside the KROQ studios now. Hold on one second. I'm seeing a lump.
Okay, that's kind of close.
Yeah, okay. Allie, stop laughing at her dead cat. I'm
not laughing at the cat.
I'm sensing a lump that ended up being
Totally fine.
no. This lump was not a lovely lady lump, Allie. This was a problem.
Oh.
What happened? The cat had cancer?
No, he actually
Right. No, I know.
had
Don't
a
tell
heart
me.
condition.
A heart condition.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
She just repeated what she said.
Don't worry.
You just have to do.
Here, I want you to know something. Your cat right now, this is the most important part of the whole reading. She's doing great.
Uh-huh.
And she's thinking about you right now. And she wants.
Well, it's a he.
Oh, right.
Boy, B for boy.
Hold on. Shut up.
That's where you got the B.
He wants me to tell you that he's a she now. In the afterlife. Okay?
That's what he truly
because
wanted.
it's Pride Month.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. For Pride Month. And listen, I don't know what this means, but I'm sensing a blanket. There's a blanket. I don't know if there was a blanket that she really liked, or a blanket that you like, or you've ever bought a blanket.
Yeah, I own multiple blankets.
Oh my God, crazy! I own multiple.
If you're not if you guys are not a believer yet, I mean, this is like.
Oh my God, let's see
I
if you
think
can
you
do
got it, Klein. I think you did.
All right.
great.
Do you feel better now that you've been reconnected with whatever
his name?
whatever the hell?
100%.
Okay, good. All right.
That's nice.
All right, that's why we're
So
here.
that's why
Thank
you do it, Klein, because you want to help.
I just
people.
want to help. I just want to help, Allie. I'm just a helper.
Give people closure.
Let me say hi to Rebecca. Rebecca,
Hey, good morning.
did you just hear the miracle that took place over the airwaves of KROQ?
I did.
Don't even tell me what kind of animal we're dealing with. I'm going to figure it out, all right? You thinking about your animal?
I am.
All right. Dead bird, right?
No.
Okay. A live dog.
Yes.
See?
Whoa.
And that alive dog did at one point bring a dead bird into the house, correct?
No.
You haven't found it yet. It's there. here, which means we've entered that time of the year where every day a new list drops. The top 10 lists of the year or the things you can look forward to in 2025. And we are breaking down some of the most interesting ones that you should care about in our 12 days of Listmas. Entering day number 6, I believe, but I've lost count already. Ali, what is the list we'll be tackling today on KROQ?
Klein, there are a lot of food delivery apps out there and a lot of people that are willing to use them. So I have the 2024 Cravings Report.
Cravings Report.
According to Uber Eats, these were the most delivered items of 2024. And I also, as a bonus, have the most popular modifications, which I actually find to be rather interesting, the modifications people make to orders.
Now, I wonder if every year, because you would think things like pizza, tacos, hamburgers would always kind of top the list. I mean, universally, we love all those foods. And then every once in a while, I feel like last year, if I remember correctly, there was like a big surprise at number one. Where I would
say this one is a surprise.
Another surprise as well.
Just one that I wouldn't think of. But
now,
when I see it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Are these specific places, like, for instance, to say, like Chick-fil-A? Or
no,
are they
it's items.
Styles? Oh, items. All right, let's go ahead and see how
Food
we
items.
do. Jake, want to take a shot at this? Omar? This is, we're looking to try to tackle this list. These are the top delivered foods,
items.
most ordered foods.
I'll just say Crunchwrap.
Nope.
Now, Ali just made it very clear that it is not specific items.
She said item.
I said not specific to a store, like
a
one
specific
restaurant.
place.
I think I'm going to go with the milkshakes.
Nope.
Milkshake?
No?
What a terrible
Yeah.
choice
That
for
is,
delivery.
I would never, ever get that delivered.
I remember that being on the list last year.
Say, cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger is on the list at number 6.
Only 6 for cheeseburger?
Yep.
Sub sandwich.
Nope.
Jake, you're terrible at this. I don't think, by the way, Jake, who's never wrong, has ever guessed one thing on any list we've done in the whole 12
Tub of
days of
sauerkraut. Tub of sauerkraut.
He's
Pack of Starburst.
He's the one we talked about places people want to have sex. He's like, in the wilderness. You're like, no, all these...
Three Musketeers.
All these...
Terrible candy bar. You
terrible list, dude. Omar, you're up. So far, we got
Milkshake
one.
is taken.
We're going to go to pizza?
Pizza is on the list at number 9.
9?
I can't believe pizza's on the list because they have like their own delivery thing.
Yeah, but still, people are using the apps for it. I'd say most of the time I'm ordering pizza. It's through
Unless
one
you're
of the apps
ordering
anyway.
Domino's, you're ordering Domino's.
Right.
But this is specifically pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni at 9? Only at 9 on the
Mm-hmm.
list. Barely made it.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to sound crazy, but I think the time when people most want to order food is when they first wake up. Hungover, don't want to go out and make anything. So breakfast of some variety. Breakfast
colder.
Breakfast burrito?
They're getting colder.
Not on the list, breakfast burrito?
No,
Bagel?
no, there are no breakfast items on this
Soup.
list. No.
No, you idiot. Soup. God damn, you're dumb.
What do you mean?
That
People, when they're sick, they want to order food. It's soup.
All right. I'm going to assume, Allie,
That Jake doesn't know how life
that
works.
Jake is unaware of
You
the
guys,
world.
soup. Come on.
Allie, Chinese food.
Okay.
Do I have to get more specific than that?
Yeah.
I do?
Yes.
Chicken fried rice.
There you go. That's number 10.
10. God, I'm only getting the bottom of the list.
Come on, get the top. Get
This
on
is
the
cra-
top for 3.
This is crazy that I'm only...
No.
Stop just listing other Chinese foods, Jake. I got it.
Chow mein.
No, idiot.
Chicken sandwich on there?
Yes, number 4.
Hot chicken sandwich. Yeah, it was a big
chicken
trend this year.
sandwich.
I'm trying to think in the world of... Is there a dessert thing on there?
Nope.
Huh.
These are all basically like drunk foods. I mean,
Pretzel sticks.
no.
Oh, you idiot. God, your list, you're so bad. Uber's released their cravings report. These were the foods that we ordered the most as a country. This wasn't just L.A., right? This is a country?
Oh, yeah, this is in the U.S.
Okay, so you gotta keep in mind, you got flyovers, you got the East Coasters.
Toast.
No.
Who would order toast? It's the easiest food to make. If you can make toast, I mean, anyone can make toast. You're not ordering that. No, I can't wait till my toast arrives. Living a
I'll
good
just
life.
sit here for an hour and wait.
Wings, Allie. Wings.
Wings is on the list at number 8.
God, I got 8, 9, 10. I don't understand why my 1, 2, 3 would be 8, 9, 10. Pizza, wings, and fried rice are 8, 9, 10. This country's ass backwards,
I know,
man.
right?
Bagel.
I already said that,
Come
you
on.
idiot.
What is Johnny's favorite?
Mac and cheese.
Yes, mac and cheese is number 7.
Got one.
That's another one that I question the ordering process of because it is so easy to make.
I agree. I would never order mac and cheese.
It is, but I can see why that would be like an add-on side if you're doing sides. Barbecue of any variety?
Nope.
Wow. People getting it wrong.
Tacos are there?
Okay, no, but I will say the number one item is the Mexican food.
Taco salad.
No, Jake.
What?
God damn you, man. Your guesses are so bad. Number one is a Mexican. It's burrito, I said. You said not burrito. Tacos got to be.
It's not burrito.
Taquito?
No. Burrito bowl.
Oh.
Burrito
whatever.
bowl was number one.
That was the number one
The
ordered
number one
item this
most
year?
ordered item, yes.
How many people do, like, I obviously you have Chipotle, but like, how many other people are...
I don't know, but I'm like, yeah, I would totally do a burrito bowl. That sounds great.
Seems like a weird that would be the number one ordered item.
I
for
think
so
people
many
are
reasons.
like, they're trying to be healthy, so they don't want to just say burrito, so
Yeah.
they do burrito bowl
Burrito
because
bowl.
it makes them feel like they're doing something good.
4 tortillas on the side, please. Thank you.
Exactly. I'll make 4 burritos out of this bowl. Number 2 was French fries.
I was going to guess that too because I remember that last year. I'm thinking to myself, that's one of the worst delivered foods out there.
Oh,
Like,
that is one I'll have delivered every single time.
but they haven't figured out how to get it right.
Yeah, but it's the best
soggy or-
thing to order because they take time to make it home, and I think even bad fries are still great fries.
No, wrong. Delivery fries stink.
Oh, I love them. All right, so it was number 1 was burrito bowl, number 2 was fries, number 3 was chicken nuggets, 4 was chicken sandwich.
Someone says they want to guess on behalf of Jake, rack of lamb.
Rack of lamb is next. Number 5 was waffle fries, which I hate.
What, waffle fries got its own number on the
Yes.
list? French fries got put at number 2, and they put waffle fries at whatever.
Ugh. Number 6, cheeseburger. Number 7, mac and cheese. Number 8, boneless wings. Number 9, pepperoni pizza. Number 10, fried rice. And the number 1 delivery request.
Sauce on side, SOS.
Nope. No onion.
Oh, no onion. I have to write that on my thing.
Followed by no tomato, extra sauce, and spicy.
Spicy. You gotta get that spicy. All right, there you have it. 12 Days of Listmas. I feel like everything on that list, I could have looked at my ordering habits from just this weekend alone. I would have crossed off 7 of those things easily. We got lots to get into, including doing good for others. It's the time of year, but are you judged in how you choose to volunteer? And does that make you a dick or us a dick? We'll get to that after the Cranberries on KROQ. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show. Everyone knows somebody that loves to volunteer, and maybe they do it because they're just a decent person, or maybe they like the fact that whenever they talk about that they're volunteering, or I'm heading down to Skid Row to make some sandwiches and hand them out, you feel worse about yourself because you decided that you were going to spend that exact same amount of time playing Xbox. And that's okay, too. But
well, and then when you actually do, like I've volunteered a couple of times. I don't do it consistently, but then when you show up to volunteer, you can see all the people that are there every week.
Yeah, and they also look at you like the same way that gym people look at people that show up the first week of January.
You won't be back.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I get it. You're doing, what is this, community service? You have to do this. We're
a work thing.
We're here because we're good people. You're here because you're trying to flex and get an Instagram picture of you handing a can of soup to a bum.
But they also want to be really nice to you because they want to kind of get you in.
And this is that time of year where more people, I guess, spend time volunteering because they're hoping that they can go ahead and say, I did it. I wasn't so totally selfish in 2024. I volunteered a little bit. It's one of those things they claim, if you're going to get behind the whole let's manifest and let's be grateful, that's big. That's part of it, right? Is that you should volunteer more. Find something you're passionate about.
Pass it on.
Give some of your time. Is it reading to children at the library? Is it calling bingo for the old folks?
Well, it depends on the work that's put into it, right? Because now, in a digital age, there's a lot of virtual volunteering that you can do. And does that have the same weight if you're just volunteering from home, or is all volunteering created equal?
I'm glad you bring that up, because as we were looking at ways we could volunteer our time, there's definitely a hierarchy. Not all volunteering is created equal. If you are incredibly inconvenienced by the level of volunteering you're doing, think that people give you more respect. They're like, wow, that person spent this much time and went this far to help this many people. They're a better person than the person that goes, I'm just going to go to the most convenient shelter that's a block from me and hand out some blankets and then get home by lunch and call it a day.
I would think that the most volunteering is when you are going, like, you don't live downtown, but you're traveling all the way downtown. You've got a hairnet on, an apron. You're in a sweaty situation where it's like not what you normally would be in, and then you're handing out like plates of food. Like, that's hard work. Is work in a kitchen.
But what if you're behind the scenes doing stuff? You don't get the glory. You're not actually seeing the impact. Like, that's what people like to say about volunteering. They say it's, even though it's supposed to be selfless, it's kind of selfish, because if I'm looking at the people that I'm helping and then I feel really good about myself because I see all these people that are so appreciative, then really I'm doing something for me too. And the whole idea of volunteering, at least I thought, is you're supposed to be doing something completely out of the kindness of with wanting nothing in return, just to try to make the world a better place.
Oh, so you think that if you're looking the person in the eyes,
yes,
that you're helping, you think that's
selfish. If I feel good about it and I'm now getting a feeling of feeling good, then I am somehow doing
I
this.
made you this soup. Congratulations.
Right. And you remember the time that I was making the peanut butter and jelly sandwiches for the homeless? I didn't realize that was for the homeless. I thought it was a peanut butter and jelly stand at a party.
That was accidental volunteering.
I was accidentally volunteering and eating some of the sandwiches, and I was told...
Did you thank yourself? Look yourself in the eye?
They had to make a big announcement to please stop eating the sandwiches. They were only for the others.
Last time I volunteered, I was helping pack up, like, first aid boxes to, I think there was a hurricane or something. There was something that you were sending the boxes to people. And I was just kind of in the back, and they were like, okay, why don't you put all these T-shirts in this box? Why don't you put one of each thing in this box? And I was like, I mean, this feels good, but I'm not the one giving them the box. I didn't donate the things that are going in the box. I'm literally just taking out a T-shirt and putting it in each box.
Did you take for yourself, too?
Absolutely.
Okay, just making sure.
I did not.
As I knew you would have. Hey, Rick, you're on KROQ. Good morning.
Hey, good morning. How you doing?
Fine.
I've actually been volunteering at our local police department for the last 6 years, usually going in once a week and spending 6 hours at a time.
What do you do there at the police department?
We actually patrol. We actually have one of those electric BMWs, a radio, and
I would love to do that.
No,
they let you
so
do
cool.
that?
You get to drive around a BMW for 6 hours a week, and you call it volunteering?
Well, I mean, it's an electric one. We don't have lights or sirens, but it's extra eyes and ears. It's kind of like if you were a security patrol. It's just extra eyes and ears.
Yeah, like a neighborhood watch, glorified.
That's pretty cool.
No, but it's actually the police department. It's actually LAPD. It's not.
But you're not in a uniform. Are you in a uniform?
We are in a uniform.
What?
Yeah.
But you're a volunteer officer. You're a volunteer.
At the mall, it looks like we're mall cops.
Right. That's embarrassing. But still, I mean, think about it, though. That's actually in the world of volunteering. Now, I saw this. You tell me, Allie, does this count as volunteering or not? Apparently, they're looking for volunteers at SoFi to help out before Rams and Chargers games. Now,
Cool.
once again, you could use the word I'm volunteering, but what are you really doing? You're volunteering for a multi-million-dollar organization.
Well,
and technically you are getting cool
But what
life
do you have to do?
experience. Well, you're not doing... You're not...
you're probably working one of the stands, I
yeah,
would
you're not,
imagine.
you're not giving soup to a bum, I'll say that much. You're doing stuff to make sure that operation runs
Well, maybe you're
smoother.
helping a small business, though. That's at SoFi.
Doubt it. Doubt it. But once
SoFi
again,
is all about helping small businesses.
people do like to use the word volunteering, especially now, because it gives you like instant, whoa, that person's a good person. But not all volunteering is the
Well,
same.
but don't you want to do something that you kind of enjoy? Like, I know that does seem self-serving because then, oh, wow, I'm at a Chargers game for free. But is that any different than, like, I'm going to volunteer at an animal shelter just because I love animals and being around animals?
I think the hierarchy is people give you the most amount of credit if you are, quote, volunteering to help. I think it's like elderly, children, or animals. Everything outside of that volunteering, like I did like a beach pickup. Yeah, sure, indirectly that helps people, but I think it's next level tier down. I don't think you don't get the same level of respect. I'm just saying, in general.
I assume volunteers don't say there's a ranked respect.
Well,
with
they
volunteers.
should. But there is. Because
310 said the rule is that if you're volunteering and you don't know why or what the cause is, it doesn't count.
Really? I would argue that means you're the most voluntary because you're just doing
I
it.
don't care what it is.
Yeah,
I just
don't
want to
care.
help and not get paid.
I'm just here to do the bare minimum so I get good karma for the holidays. Amanda, what's up?
Hi, I volunteer for the Painted Turtle. It's a serious fun camp sponsored by Paul Newman. And I just want to give a shout out to all the people there because we do amazing work for kids with special medical needs. And it's just an amazing place.
And how often do you volunteer?
I've gone 3 times in my life. So you can do week-long. You can go...
it's like a retreat. So you're gone the whole time.
It's a summer camp.
Yeah.
But when is the last time you did it?
And
Because if you're
it's
still
free.
trying to, get credit for volunteering you did 5 years ago, I mean.
Nah, the last time I went was around Thanksgiving.
Okay.
And
All
then
right.
I also did a week-long in the summertime, but I recommend it. It's magical.
Right, but do you agree that not all volunteering is created equal?
I mean, obviously, no.
Right.
No,
Okay,
yeah,
see?
no.
There's a hierarchy.
You got to put it in. You got to put it in. You know?
Someone asking on the text line, I've volunteered before to work at music festivals, but selfishly it's because I want to be able to hear all the bands for free, but technically I'm volunteering to help out, and that could be a variety of different things, like helping to pick up garbage.
Right, but don't you want to give yourself a perk for volunteering? What's so wrong with that? You're volunteering. That's all that matters.
There's nothing wrong with it, but I do think that there is
something wrong with it.
There's something wrong. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. We got to take a break. We don't have time for this song now. I don't know what time it was.
And half the people on this show are volunteers.
That's true.
We don't pay them.
That's good. Hey, by the way, thanks for all your volunteer work to keep this show going. We'll take a break. We'll come back with your Lincoln Park, and then we will give you stuff. That's right. It's better to give than to receive. We'll prove that to you with some Aziz Ansari tickets after this.
KROQ. Klein.
Take it or leave it. We're entering the tail end of ASO, the greatest 3-month span of the year, August, September, October. We're getting into the O part of it, so get ready for that. And speaking of O part of it, Oasis tickets coming up at 9 o'clock this morning, again at noon, 3 and 6. You'll win them all day for the shows just announced happening at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. But first, Allie would like to admit that she was wrong, and it takes a big woman
Thank you.
It takes a big woman with an even bigger laptop to admit that they were wrong about something. And we found some audio of a claim you made on these airwaves.
I'm not admitting I'm wrong, by the way. I don't know where you expect me to do that. There were other extraneous circumstances that came into play after the fact.
You, back in July, whenever Prime Day was, I finally got myself a computer because mine crapped out after like a decade. And you also had a crappy computer. and you
It's
decided.
an old computer that also has had a significant amount of water damage. I spilled an entire bottle of water on it about 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm amazed it's lasted as long as it has.
When you first talked about this situation, I just want you to hear the reaction that Omar gave you, because we were laughing at you and saying that this was a terrible idea many months ago, and now, as you have now just had to purchase a new computer, it's clear that we were
It was
right.
a decision I made.
It's clear that we were right and you were wrong. But here, this is audio from, I'm going to play this to you. This is from back in July.
I also have an old-ass computer, but instead of buying a new computer, I settled on buying a new battery because the main problem that my...
Now, that laughter from Omar is what we're all thinking, which is...
That's laughter support. Right, Omar?
Nope.
That's him laughing, knowing that in a few months we would get this exact story we're about to get right now, because he knows how ridiculous it is. So much so that Friday, on the Friday Flex segment on the show, Allie decided to flex about her plan. Listen to this.
With Prime Day being a big part of the week and Americans spending a record number of billions of dollars on stuff that when you really think about it, you don't need. I got out of this week only spending $44 on Amazon. My computer is a piece of crap as well, and I was like, maybe I should do what Klein did and get a new computer. And I was looking through, and I wasn't really happy with the deals I was seeing, so I ended up buying for $44 a battery.
Allie,
that I can put in my
so
computer,
sad.
and it's basically new. Gets here on Sunday. Flex.
It's not a flex. This will backfire on you, and you will wish you had just gotten
No,
a
it comes
computer.
in a little kit.
And now all
Fine,
the
I have a
computers,
kit.
all the computers that were marked way down that are back to regular price now, you're going to get screwed enough to pay full price. You had a little laugh there, Allie. That was a few months ago. You
And we
yelled-
didn't even detail the problems I had with the kit. When it arrived,
Oh,
I
right.
had a lot of problems installing the battery.
Yeah,
I had
you-
to go to Best Buy and go to the Genius
Right.
Bar or whatever, and they wouldn't help me because it was a third-party
Right.
item.
So
and
go
all this
ahead,
stuff.
Allie. The floor is-
Eventually, I got the battery in.
The floor is yours now. Now here we are. Fast forward to the end of September, and this was back in July, so not too many.
I blame Apple for this because every time they make an announcement about a new product, I think that all of our products start degenerating. And my computer started experiencing some other issues where it was getting slower and slower and slower. It wasn't holding a charge anymore. And every time I pressed the O button, it pressed like 5 O's. And it was getting really difficult to do my job. So this weekend, I decided it's time for a new computer. But here's the
So
thing.
your battery experiment was a total fail.
But the battery, I didn't realize at the time, was just one symptom of a much larger problem. At the time, the battery was the biggest issue.
No, we all told you that. We said bad battery is usually an indication that the computer's got a bunch of stuff it's trying to figure out, and the battery is just the first place you notice it.
Well, you don't know that until you replace the battery.
Oh, my God. You won't admit you're wrong. It's crazy because
So anyway, I
if
looked
anyone
at
were to look at the
computers.
details of this, they would go, well, Allie will finally just admit she was completely wrong and should have taken the advice of her coworkers.
I got 2 extra months out of my computer.
Oh,
Okay, it was an end of life.
Yeah,
decision.
but endless times of frustration. I
There
sent
were
some audio
hours.
to Allie or something, and she's like, she was trying to download some software, and it took her like 10 minutes, and I was like, dude, this should take you seconds.
It
to
took
get
me
to
10
this-
minutes to open my email
Oh my God!
so that I could check if
really-
you had sent it to me.
It was crazy.
There is that moment, though, when you know whatever it is, your phone, your computer, like, there's no choice but to move on. But
Yes, my
but
days were numbered. It was the end. It was like I should have put it out of its misery.
Yeah,
So
well, we
I-
all said that.
I know. So I got a computer online, and I got it at Best Buy or whatever. I went and picked it up. And here's the thing: is I don't really. I also blame myself for being gay because I don't know inches anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know sizes. I'm not a size queen, and so I don't know the difference between 13, 14, and 16 inches. I decided, you know what? This is a new computer. I want it to, I want a bigger screen. I'm going to go 16-inch. And I got a MacBook Pro, and this thing is enormous.
It's so big.
It's so heavy.
Yeah.
I'm so paranoid that I'm going to drop it
Yeah,
because
it's funny watching
just,
you lug it around.
It's just so, it's like having a television set.
Yeah,
It's
it's-
just insane. It's overwhelming,
It's
and I don't
almost
know what to
past
do.
the point of portable. There's, I think you just
it
have to
really
set
is.
up.
I think I accidentally bought a desktop.
Yeah. So anyway, that's once again just
Battery works great though. I've been using it all weekend.
Yeah,
It's
'cause-
not even halfway done.
because you didn't put it in because the geniuses put it in.
That's
You're-
a great idea, Klein. I should put a new battery in this thing.
No,
It
you
needs
de-
one.
You definitely should not.
I got a kit.
So you are wrong.
I was not wrong at the time.
How much would you have saved if you bought this computer back then?
I don't know, because I don't think they had this computer on the Prime Day deal. By the way, Prime Day is coming up next week.
Yeah, you also missed your Prime Day window because if you had just waited another week, I think Prime Day starts again.
I couldn't wait another week, Klein. It was impossible.
It's unbelievable.
It would have taken 7 hours to get ADD News together.
You middled yourself between the two Prime Days.
I did.
It's kind of funny. Let's find out what's going on in the world. Then we get into a brand new hour of the show, complete with your tickets to see Aziz Ansari. Then at 9 o'clock sharp, we'll send you to Six Flags Magic Mountain as we continue to give this holiday season.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. I'm what they call a problem drinker.
Let's talk about the real unsung heroes this year, the street vendors and the food trucks that provide us with delicious, greasy foods when we have truly lost our way. And usually a food truck is a very peaceful thing, but every once in a while you get a food truck war. And we have a new one. Whose side are you on?
Rudy Barrientos is firing up more than just his grill these days.
They banned us from Rouse, saying that we couldn't use the restrooms, we couldn't shop there, we couldn't even set foot in the parking lot.
The turf war started after receiving a cease and desist order from Rouse. The order claiming that Rudy's customers were using the store's parking lot earlier this year. Then the real trouble came just last month when he says his truck was surrounded by armed guards.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Very aggressive.
Jeez.
But the guy said, you know what, we've been here for a decade, and your employees have to take up parking spots as well. So what is the difference? You know, there's plenty of parking for everybody, so why are you kicking us out?
Well, they're claiming there's not, though. I mean, I hate to side with Ralph's over a taco truck because, you know, my loyalty would probably always be with the taco truck, but
I think there's also multiple trucks on this stretch. It's not
right.
just them.
And
And I
one-
think they all take up parking
yeah, and
spots.
if one starts it and everyone's like, they've been successful, they're here for 10 years,
It's
they're
like
probably
if
killing
one
it.
person
Right.
parks in a spot where you're not supposed to, you're like, well, they're doing it.
Yeah,
I guess I'll do it too.
I had a great illegal spot by my kid's school. Great spot. Illegal, but illegal-ish, and I was there for a while, and then some dad one day saw me. He's like, hey, don't you get a ticket for parking there? And I say, no, I haven't got a ticket yet. And then next time I go back there, guess what? He's in the spot. And now it has turned into this. They've kind of created this entire legal strip of parking, which I was the only car there for a while, and people just looked the other way. That's what happened. So now all of a sudden you got Ralph's customers that are going, there's no spots in this stupid lot, and the spots are all being taken out by these outside businesses. I think Ralph does have a right to say, guys, this is our lot. This is for our customers.
What if they were to pay for the spot?
To rent the spot? We want to rent these spots?
Yeah, like getting a permit or something.
Sure, but even if they're looking at the lot, because a lot of grocery stores have hired like parking lot security guards that don't really do much, but their job is to kind of stand there, because I think that is probably one of the most abused parking lots, where you'll say because you get 2 hours of parking, and I think a lot of times people will park in a parking lot.
Grocery store parking lot is where I did almost all of the illegal things I did when I was younger.
Right, but also just to park and leave your car and go anywhere else, it's kind of a good
No
lot.
one is there for the grocery store.
Very few, because you'll go in the store sometimes, lot's full, no one in the store.
Oh, yeah.
So
even if the store's not open, the lot is full sometimes. But with that guy that took your parking spot, you know what you should do? You should put like a fake ticket on his car.
I found the better illegal spot. No, I'm just not going to talk about it. Don't worry.
Don't worry, I found more illegal
This
spots.
one's by a, quote, fire hydrant.
All right, when you think about the time off that you have, even if you are lucky enough to get time off, think about how much it is and whether or not you would pay for more of it. Around 100 days is how much people work before they say, hey, I really need time away.
100 days of consistent work, 5 days a week, and then they're like, I need a break.
So it's roughly 3 times a year.
Uh-huh.
And when asked if people would buy more PTO specifically, not even just vacation, specifically PTO, 66% of people said, yes, I would absolutely pay for it. And they were willing to spend as much as $187 for 1 day of PTO. Because if you think about it, when you go on vacation, you're somewhere new, you're usually packing, you're taking a flight, whatever. PTO or taking a personal day is just, you end up spending it running errands or doing things. But to actually just have a day, just a nothing day.
Yeah, but I thought if you call it a mental health day, they have to give it to you anyway. You can just take as many of those you need. Mental health Tuesday.
I don't think that works with every company.
Oh, it doesn't?
I don't think you can just go into your restaurant and say, hey, mental health break, and then leave.
I feel like people have to at least pretend to accept it, even if behind your back they're like, God damn, they're taking advantage of this mental health thing.
I think that only in big corporations are they going to be like, absolutely, and then behind your back be like, what's his deal?
Yeah, I mean, let's just say normally, as it used to be traditionally at least, it's all shifted, but you would get you have a standard 9-to-5 job, you're working 40 hours, whatever it is, you get 2 weeks of paid vacation a year. That used to be kind of the standard thing.
Right.
So the idea is if you think to yourself, that's not that many, that's one in the winter, one in the summer.
That is not enough.
Wouldn't I like additionally a day here, a couple days there, and is it worth me spending my own money to get those days?
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I mean, especially...
I mean, it's like paying to have a vacation. You're paying to do nothing.
Right.
For the opportunity to have no responsibility, and I would pay for that.
Yeah, or people just convince their bosses to let them, quote, work from home, which is...
Which is a joke. Right?
Free day anyway, right?
All right, last week the DMV had to apologize for something, which does not happen often. I mean, think about how many times you've been to the DMV and been angry and not gotten an apology. But last week they apologized for a license plate that was approved called, it was LOL Oct 7. So it was seemingly mocking the Hamas attacks that had happened on October 7th. And now the person who bought the license plate is speaking out and saying this was all just a misunderstanding. The guy who had the license plate, this was on a Cybertruck, by the way, was a Filipino grandfather, and he said that Lolo means grandfather in Tagalog, and CT refers to the Cybertruck, and then 7 represents the owner's 7 children.
Oh, boy.
So they're like, that's why I got LOL Oct 7.
Yeah, most personalized plates
it's Lolo CT7.
Are very confusing, and sometimes they have a very... You don't even think about what else it could look like.
Just
so
Grandpa's Cybertruck, and I've got 7 kids, and then now look.
Now, in the middle of a giant DMV controversy. We get into a brand new hour of the show, and it will be the greatest hour of your life. We'll prove it to you right now.
Klein Alley Show. 106.7 KROQ FM in HD Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Good morning, and welcome to Recovery Monday. If you were hanging out with us over the weekend at the Forum, KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas. Thanks for everyone for coming out. If you missed it, hopefully you heard some of the rebroadcast, got to take advantage of some of the content that was up on the YouTube, the interviews, the hangs, etc. Nothing like being there in the flesh, though. And I know that I speak on behalf of everyone on this show, and we were, as always, blown away by just all of the nice pleasantries that people said to us, and people that have recently discovered the show, have been listening from the beginning. So nice to meet as many of you as we possibly could have, and thank you for coming out and continuing to support this show and KROQ. And, you know, think about it. They sold out the Forum, which is impressive to do these days, and the idea that this show has now been going on for 33 years, it's always a different lineup. You never know what's going to happen. And for some reason, every year I go, this was the greatest performance I've seen ever. And then the stage rotates, and I forget what I just saw, and it starts all over again. So for those of you that made it out, hopefully you had a great time. And already based on the response we've received on the GOAT line today, people seem to have a really good time. So we'll continue to listen to some of those messages this hour. How would you like to win from us tickets to see Aziz Ansari at Long Beach Terrace Theater on April 6th? We have those tickets for you coming up this hour. With the return of Don't Be a Dick, going to talk about holiday party people. The people you run into at your holiday party. There's always a certain type of person there that can be the dick that ruins the holiday party. You don't want to be that person, and we will take your open nominees coming up later this hour. Also do some toot and reboot style, because they say Hollywood's out of new ideas. So we've got some great reboots that are coming your way. Reimaginings. And we'll break those down. The second we're done with this one, from the Smashing Pumpkins, our headliners from Saturday. What a hell of a performance, and they know how to keep it together. That I'll tell you right now, I don't think that Billy Corgan necessarily gets the credit that he deserves as like, I don't know if you consider him a top tier, grade A frontman in the same way that a Dave Grohl is, or the same way that well,
he also thinks that he should be on the list of one of the best guitar players of all time, and people don't really rate him much as a guitar player because he's a lead singer.
He's a top bald. If you're going to put together an all-star bald list, he's top bald, for sure.
It's him, Mr. Clean. Who else?
He's definitely up there.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Let's get into this one from the Smashing Pumpkins as we relive some of the glory from Saturday this morning here on KROQ.
The world is a vampire.
man. So many reboots. When you live it long enough to see a show that you grew up liking coming back again, you think to yourself, I've made it. I've officially made it. It's time for some Toot It Rebooted on KROQ. Because I think it's important now that as it seems like more and more things are not new ideas, but just reimaginings, reboots, if you will. There's a bunch of new shows that we're being promised will be delivered to us in 2025. It's time for some Toot It Reboot It on KROQ. Allie, of all the things that are rumored to be coming back, even stuff that they've already started working on, what are you most excited about? Because I saw one that just broke in the last day or two that I'm shocked is being a reboot made.
I have always been, ever since it was announced a few weeks ago, I've been very excited for the Scary Movie reboot that's going to happen until I learned about the new Chitty Chitty Bang Bang movie that is in the works.
Is that a movie from the 20s or something? The movie's like an old movie.
Well, it was like Dick Van Dyke when he was young, so
Right.
that was like, what, 50, 60, 70 years
He just
ago?
turned 99, right?
Yeah. No, it was a 1968 movie.
I mean, that's
and it
at
was
least-
like one of the first movies that it was like, hey, we're driving, but we're not really driving, where like the background is happening and they're like, chitty chitty bang bang, we love you, and our chitty chitty bang bang,
Is this a
chitty
mu-
chitty
is
bang
this a
bang loves us
musical?
too,
Is it
and
a
hi
musical?
ho,
It
chitty
is.
chitty bang
Oh,
bang,
that's why,
about
Alan.
our fine four-fendered friend.
Jesus Christ. Never do that again. God. That sounds terrible.
So it's going to happen. It's being developed with a theatrical release in mind, so you can watch it in the theaters. And the project builds on Eon and Amazon MGM's partnership of the James Bond franchise.
Whenever you see Frankie Muniz, you think to yourself, hey, that's the kid from Malcolm in the Middle. And he still looks like the kid from Malcolm in the Middle. So then
Yeah.
he tries to grow a mustache, but he still looks like a child with a mustache.
Isn't he like racing now?
Yeah, he's doing all these things so people know he's an adult. He's like, oh, now I'm racing
and
cars.
they're like, but you're still Frankie.
Yeah, look at that cute kid in the fireproof suit. Well, apparently you're going to see him now returning to the role of Malcolm in the Middle, a show that I didn't realize debuted 25 years ago. It was 2000 that show started. And that's Bryan Cranston pre-Breaking Bad and all that stuff. And I guess the cast is getting back together for a Malcolm in the Middle reboot set at Disney Plus.
Are you excited about that?
No, not really. 'Cause I never even watched the original
I didn't
Malcolm
either.
in the Middle.
Oh, it was great.
But I remember people like Omar would say to me all the time, it's a great show. And the thing was on
Well,
for
but I
like
think the parents were really what was funny about that show, right, Omar?
Absolutely. Yeah, 100%.
150-something episodes. I mean, that show was a bona fide successful show that was on for many seasons.
Well,
So-
I mean, think about it. It was like well-written-ish. There was really good acting. It was family-friendly. So that just, people are going to watch it. Lots of generations.
So
of
that is one of the reboots that you can look forward to. Omar, anything you're looking
But the
forward to?
reboot's only coming back for 4 episodes, I believe, right?
Right, well, and to me,
Oh, that's a tester.
It's a tester, right? And if it does
is that what
well,
you're doing?
I'm sure.
Got it.
What are you looking forward to?
I do
Omar?
have one. And I mean, listen, Mike Myers gets interviewed constantly, and recently he was asked if he could see the Austin Powers franchise return, and this is what he said, and I quote, it's, I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. So take that for what it's worth.
I
People
wouldn't be
believe that it's already-
surprised, or I would be surprised.
I would be surprised if it didn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. It's been how many years?
So get ready for that.
Jesus, that was...
Everybody doing that again.
I
baby.
I really feel like we did all we could with Austin Powers.
All the people-
I think it's over, guys.
All the people that went around doing the Austin Powers impression became the people that then switched to the Borat impression.
Totally.
It was the same.
Yeah, it was this. Yeah, baby. And then high five.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Same people.
Right.
They're just waiting around.
Those are party people.
Yeah, and now that the Borat one has run its course, they're like so
We're
excited.
like,
to be
what do we do now?
"Oh,
I need
sweet.
something else to quote.
Let's go, yeah, baby again. We'll bring that back. Jake, any reboots you're looking forward to?
According to the Hollywood Reporter, Scrubs reboot is in the works for ABC, and it's going to feature 4 original cast members, incling Zach Braff.
There you have it.
I
Just-
never watched Scrubs, but I heard it was
It was
super
good.
funny.
Yeah.
Well, I think the theory was that because Allie,
It
you
was
were
like the funny ER, right?
or like Grey's Anatomy,
Right.
And the Grey's Anatomy enthusiast like yourself always kind of.
I'm not a Grey's Anatomy enthusiast.
I am. Oh, one of you is. Yeah, I forgot. But like they
Ask
kind-
the straight girl.
Yeah, they kind of like looked down on the Scrubs people, like they were the dumber. Like Grey's Anatomy was real, and Scrubs was like funny, ha ha.
Yeah, they're not saying they're not.
Vanessa, you look down on Scrubs people as a Grey's Anatomy person?
I actually this year started watching Scrubs, and I thought it was like heartfelt funny, and I don't look down upon it. I felt like, you know what? Yeah, death is kind of funny.
I also heard that Scrubs is one of the most medically accurate shows.
Seriously?
Yeah, when it comes to like actual hospital protocol and jargon and stuff like that.
Take a quick break. We're back in a second. When we return, it's time for your open nominees. Don't be a dick. Holiday party people.
We'll be right back.
Thank you, Ali. That's a great impression. If you are at a holiday party, been to a holiday party, perhaps won't have one coming up, please nominate the people that we should avoid. As we save society, we will also give away a pair of tickets to see Aziz Ansari, to our favorite nominee. You want to see Aziz telling jokes at Long Beach Theater on April 6th. Those tickets will be as good as yours. We'll come back in a moment with Don't Be a Dick, holiday party people next.
The 33rd annual
KROQ, Klein Alley Show. 9 days until Christmas, only a little bit longer until 2025 is officially here, which means we've entered that time of the year where every day a new list drops. The top 10 lists of the year or the things you can look forward to in 2025, and we are breaking down some of the most interesting ones that you should care about in our 12 days of Listmas, entering day number 6, I believe, but I've lost count already. Ali, what is the list we'll be tackling today on KROQ?
Klein, there are a lot of food delivery apps out there and a lot of people that are willing to use them. So I have the 2024 Cravings Report.
Cravings Report.
According to Uber Eats, these were the most delivered items of 2024. And I also, as a bonus, have the most popular modifications, which I actually find to be rather interesting, the modifications people make to orders.
Now, I wonder if every year, because you would think things like pizza, tacos, hamburgers would always kind of top the list. I mean, universally, we love all those foods. And then every once in a while, I feel like last year, if I remember correctly, there was like a big surprise at number one. Where I would
say this one is a surprise.
Another surprise as well.
Just one that I wouldn't think of. But
now,
when I see it, I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Are these specific places, like, for instance, to say, like Chick-fil-A? Or
no,
are they
it's items.
Styles? Oh, items. All right, let's go ahead and see how
Food
we
items.
do. Jake, want to take a shot at this? Omar, this is we're looking to try to tackle this list. These are the top delivered foods,
items.
most ordered foods.
I'll just say Crunchwrap.
Nope.
Now, Ali just made it very clear that it is not specific items.
She said item.
I said not specific to a store, like one restaurant.
Place.
I think I'm going to go with the milkshakes.
Nope.
Milkshake?
No?
What a terrible choice for delivery.
I would never, ever get that delivered.
I remember that being on the list last year.
Say cheeseburger.
Cheeseburger is on the list at number 6.
Only 6 for cheeseburger?
Yep.
Sub sandwich.
Nope.
Jake, you're terrible at this. I don't think, by the way, Jake, who's never wrong, has ever guessed one thing on any list we've done in the whole 12 days of
sauerkraut. Top of sauerkraut.
He's
pack of Starburst.
He's the one we talked about places people want to have sex. He's like, in the wilderness. Like, all these...
Three Musketeers.
All these...
Terrible candy bar.
Terrible list, dude. Omar, you're up. So far, we got
milkshake
one.
is taken.
We're going to go to pizza?
Pizza is on the list at number 9.
9?
I can't believe pizza's on the list because they have their own delivery thing.
Yeah, but still, people are using the apps for it. I'd say most of the time I'm ordering pizza. It's
unless you're ordering Domino's, you're ordering Domino's.
Right.
But this is specifically pepperoni pizza.
Pepperoni at 9? Only at 9 on the list. Barely made it.
Yeah.
All right. This is going to sound crazy, but I think the time when people most want to order food is when they first wake up. Hungover. Don't want to go out and make anything, so breakfast of some variety. Breakfast breakfast burrito?
Getting colder.
Not on the list, breakfast burrito?
No,
Bagel?
no, there are no breakfast items on this
Soup.
list. No.
No, you idiot. Soup. God damn, you're dumb.
What do you mean? People, when they're sick, they want to order food. It's soup.
All right. I'm going to assume, Allie,
that Jake doesn't know how life works.
That Jake is unaware of the
Guys,
world.
soup. Come on.
Allie, Chinese food.
Okay.
Do I have to get more specific than that?
Yeah.
I do?
Yes.
Chicken fried rice.
There you go. That's number 10.
10. God, I'm only getting the bottom of the list.
Come on, get the top. Get on the top for 3.
This is crazy that I'm only... No. Stop just listing other Chinese foods, Jake. I got it.
Chow mein.
No, idiot.
Chicken sandwich on there?
Yes, number 4.
Hot chicken sandwich. Yeah, it was a big trend
chicken sandwich.
this year. I'm trying to think in the world of... Is there a dessert thing on there?
Nope.
Huh.
These are all basically like drunk foods. I mean...
Pretzel sticks.
No.
Oh, you idiot. God, your list, you're so bad. Uber's released their cravings report. These were the foods that we ordered the most as a country. This wasn't just L.A., right? This is a country?
Oh, yeah. This is in the U.S.
Okay, so you got to keep in mind, you got flyovers, you got the East Coasters.
Toast.
No.
Who would order toast? The easiest food to make. If you can make toast, I mean, anyone can make toast. You're not ordering that. No, I can't wait till my toast arrives. Living a
I'll
good
just
life.
sit here for an hour and wait.
Wings, Allie. Wings.
Wings is on the list at number 8.
God, I got 8, 9, 10. I don't understand why my 1, 2, 3 would be 8, 9, 10. Pizza, wings, and fried rice are 8, 9, 10. This country's ass backwards.
I know,
man.
right?
Bagel.
I already said that,
Come
you
on.
idiot.
What is Johnny's favorite?
Mac and cheese.
Yes, mac and cheese is number 7.
That's another one that I question the ordering process of because it is so easy to make.
I agree. I would never order mac and cheese.
It is, but I can see why that would be like an add-on side if you're doing sides. Barbecue of any variety.
Nope.
Wow. People getting it wrong.
Tacos are there?
Okay, no, but I will say the number 1 item is the Mexican food.
Taco salad.
Oh, no, Jake.
What?
God damn you, man. Your guesses are so bad. Number 1 is a Mexican. It's burrito, I said. You said not burrito. Tacos
It's
got to
not
be.
burrito.
Taquito?
No. Burrito bowl.
Oh.
Burrito
whatever.
bowl was number 1.
That was the number
The
1
number
ordered
1
item this
most
year?
ordered item, yes.
How many people do, like, I obviously have Chipotle, but like, how many other people are...
I don't know, but I'm like, yeah, I would totally do a burrito bowl. That sounds great.
Seems like a weird that would be the number 1 ordered item.
I
for
think
so
people
many
are
reasons.
like, they're trying to be healthy, so they don't want to just say burrito, so they do burrito bowl
Burrito
because
bowl.
it makes them feel like they're doing something good.
4 tortillas on the side, please. Thank you.
Exactly. I'll make 4 burritos out of this bowl.
Um,
Number 2 was French fries.
I was going to guess that too because I remember that last year. I'm thinking to myself, that's one of the worst delivered foods out there.
Oh,
Like,
that is one I'll have delivered every single
But
time.
they haven't figured out how to get it right.
Yeah, but it's the best
soggy or-
thing to order because they take time to make it home, and I think even bad fries are still great fries.
No, wrong. Delivery fries stink.
Oh, I love them. All right, so it was number 1 was burrito bowl, number 2 was fries, number 3 was chicken nuggets, 4 was chicken sandwich.
Someone says they want to guess on behalf of Jake, rack of lamb.
Rack of lamb is next. Number 5 was waffle fries, which I
Well,
hate.
what, waffle fries got its own number on
Yes.
the list? French fries got put at number 2, and they put waffle fries at whatever.
Ugh. Number 6, cheeseburger. Number 7, mac and cheese. Number 8, boneless wings. Number 9, pepperoni pizza. Number 10, fried rice. And the number 1 delivery request.
Sauce on side, SOS.
Nope. No onion.
Oh, no onion. I have to write that on my phone.
Followed by no tomato, extra sauce, and spicy.
Spicy. You gotta get that spicy. K-Rock, Klein Alley Show. Let's talk holiday parties. There's certain people that will be there every year. You can count on them. Doesn't matter where you work, what type of job you have, friends, coworkers, etc. You can count on certain people that you will see that usually just come out. I'm not saying they're like this year-round, but around the holiday party, there's a certain type, a certain breed. And some of them, I think, would fall in the category of dick. And it's time for us to nominate those people in this round of Don't Be a Dick.
Don't be a dick.
Just found out that our own company here, in case you're wondering, I did not think, I was looking over the past few years of, quote, holiday parties as they've happened here. And this one is a new low even for this place, which is kind of interesting.
Which I would say the true holiday party for this station is Acoustic Christmas.
Sure.
It already happened.
That's a party. Great. We get to go. We get to bring some people. It's a good time. It's probably better if you're going to put that toe-to-toe against any company holiday party happening at any company in America. It's as good as anything, probably way better. But when it comes to the actual, like, inter-office holiday party, a few years ago, they would rent out some sort of a big swanky club in Hollywood. We'd all meet there. There'd be food and drink.
Sometimes
and
they would
music,
rent out amusement parks.
prizes, right. Then it became, let's just go ahead and do it here at the building. Already a big downgrade, but it was still during a normal party time, which would be a nighttime situation. They'd still bring in the food and this and that. They just switched the venue to here.
But never plus ones.
Then they got rid of the plus, right, they got rid of the plus ones. That was the year I think they got rid of the plus ones also. Then it became the, let's do a lunch on a Wednesday. And I thought to myself, well, it can't get any lower than a lunch on a Wednesday. That's as low as it gets, right?
That sounds good.
And usually it's like people drove in to go to work. They're not going to go get hammered at a holiday party in the middle of the day and then go drive home.
Right.
At like 4.
But lunch on the Wednesday was also lunch on the Wednesday, but food brought in by the restaurant in the building. So it was the closest, most convenient way to feed people. Not like, let's go ahead and find out something that people would really enjoy.
And I think also with the holiday party was a staff meeting. Is that correct?
Yes, you had to sit through the staff meeting
to get to the
even
holiday
get into
party.
the holiday party. Like you had to answer a question at the door.
that part, I was like, all right, guys, that was just a work thing with food.
What was the third pie graph we went over in the meeting? If you didn't know, you couldn't even
You
get it.
can't have this actual pie.
This year, we have moved it to even the next level, which I am even I am blown away by. There will be a holiday party. It will not be happening around the holidays. They are moving it into next year because apparently it's much more affordable to do things in January.
No, but also because the whole floor has been under construction for the past few
Right, so
you know,
they're
it's been like 6 months, so they want to wait till...
They're using the excuse that there's not a room that could even have all of us until this room is done, and then it will
But then it's the big unveiling.
Right, and they couldn't possibly throw 2 parties. There's no budget, so they're going to combine the 2. So we'll be having our holiday party in January.
In the old lobby.
And or early February. Depending. So
Depending on the contractors.
If you're keeping track of the downward slide of the holiday parties here, I mean, it is really shifting.
Have they hit you up for pie one yet?
No, but that'll happen when we get close.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
It'll go perfectly with our crafts.
They will.
But also, I would also just like to nominate at every holiday party the Remember Me guy.
Oh, my God. The person you have not talked to since last year's holiday party that comes up again and goes, hey, what's
Remember
going
me?
on?
Remember I met you at the thing, and then also the thing, and then I was on that other Zoom, and you're like, I don't want to do this. Let's just say we never met.
Let's say hi to Gio. We'll head up and down these phone lines, and we will figure out who is the biggest dick at the holiday party, give away some tickets to you just for nominating and helping us save society. What's up, Gio?
Yo, what up? Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs. Who you got for us?
Yeah, don't be a dick. The one who takes advantage of the open bar and gets too hammered and becomes the laughing stock of the party.
What's an open bar?
I'm
We have
sorry,
no
what is
idea
this
what that is around
concept?
here.
It opens?
When I go back to our original party that was years and years ago, there was an open bar, and then that open bar shifted to everyone gets one ticket, and then...
Technically, it is a still open bar, but it's just the random beers that are left in the fridge here at work.
Yes, that is true. But the reason is, there is the one person, Gio's nominated, the person that really made all of the companies have to rethink that policy. Because there is the person that still...
But I thought that's what was fun about a holiday party, is the random drunk
But
people.
there's also the person that you work with that doesn't really drink ever. ever. So they have one drink, but they're still acting hammered, and they throw up on their shoes, and then they're like, well, we got to change the policy. You're like, but that person had one drink. They just haven't had a drink ever because they suck.
Yeah, and then that's what's killing the holiday party. You know what I mean? You got to keep those drunkies alive.
Let's say hi to
And the
AJ.
lightweights.
AJ, don't be a dick. We're talking about people that you encounter at a holiday party. Who do you got for us?
Hey, what's up, party people?
What's
up? My don't be a dick at a holiday party, especially at a work event, is that one person who always tries to bring work into the party.
Yeah.
Just trying to relax.
Yep.
But then they're always the first to be like, anyway, but today's not about work.
Yeah, but they bring files with them. They're like, hey, just check this out quickly on my phone. Now, the other thing about that, though, it's interesting, is that a lot of times when you try to go social with someone that you've only had professional conversations with, you realize you don't really have a lot in common outside of the work you do together.
Yes.
So you
that's
can
what's so uncomfortable.
you can try to go like, so what, any hobbies though?
Well, you're
What-
trying to fish for anything that can prolong the conversation and make it a little bit more than just surface
But
level.
then you realize we don't really have much. Let's just go back to the project we're working on. And it does feel that, yes, when you're around work people to not talk about work, you do have to kind of like, it's a different muscle.
But you have to have like fun with it. Like, remember that work stuff that we're doing? That's fun, though.
Cynthia, don't be a dick. Holiday party people. We're looking for the greatest nomination. We'll give away some tickets for you to see Aziz Ansari telling jokes in Long Beach. Go ahead.
Hey guys, yeah. So it's the jerk is my husband's friend, ex-coworker. He totally got trashed, didn't remember anything. Went into the bathroom, fell and smashed his face against the toilet.
Whoa!
And he broke his cheekbone, and he was bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, there is someone that if they do get injured, that will be the end of. If the injury is big enough where an ambulance is called, that's usually the end of the party.
That's also the only thing that people remember about the party.
I know, but then also if you were the one who drank a little too much, at least you didn't drink as much as that guy.
Right, and
like that guy sets the bar.
Yeah, he's running cover for you.
Yeah, in some ways, that's a real unsung hero of the holiday party. The one person that does something more humiliating than you, so that whatever, like you accidentally, sharded or whatever, no one's talking about that anymore because this guy
Exactly.
got a
760
concussion.
wanted to nominate the drunk guy who keeps getting you to do asking you to do coke with him in the bathroom. Like they really want to turn it into like a seedy party, like hang out with me. My wife's about to leave me. Do this coke with me in the bathroom, and you're like, that's not what we're doing here. We're just having a nice holiday night.
Yeah, it can't be cool.
It's 2:00 and we're eating sandwiches from Panera. Panera doesn't necessarily mix with
Stuff's
Coke.
pure. Let's go.
Eve, you're on KROQ. Good morning. Welcome to Don't Be a Dick. Who you got for us?
Hi, I was for holiday parties. That uncle that peaked in high school, and he's talking about all his memories and how back in his day that he was the greatest.
Uncle Rico. Yeah, that
Even
guy.
just all the back in the day people.
The back in the day people, it's true for the uncle, but also for the work, it is the employee that has been there for a long time, and they'll talk about the same thing. Similar to what I just did a moment ago with all how the parties used to be great and then they went terrible. They'll be like, oh man, back in Christmas '86, we had a real rager here.
Yeah, we would be able to pants each other.
Rented out Big Bear. Strong nominees. We got to pick our favorite. Give away some tickets to see Aziz Ansari. If you're any of those people, don't be. It's our way of saving society with a round of Don't Be a Dick holiday party. We'll call back and give away some tickets next. K-Rock. We are Klein Alley Show, 800-520-1067. We are wrapping up Don't Be a Dick holiday party people. Edwin, we give you the final word here, and then we got to give away these tickets. What's up?
So, what's a holiday party? Because apparently my managers have holiday parties and decide not to have one for the underlings.
That's an interesting nominee right there. Only the big bosses go out and have themselves a nice meal, and everyone else just sits around.
Let's take ourselves out to dinner.
Yeah, let's all celebrate being the big bosses with our parking spots and all that stuff.
I also think though that at a proper holiday party, it's the managers who do want to get wasted and really let go, and then all the underlings feel like they can't get wasted and let go because they don't want to get fired.
Right. Yeah, and they're the ones who are like, no one's going to fire me, so another scotch for this guy over here. Hey, Edwin, I feel bad that you didn't get to you don't get to experience the joys of a holiday party, and many people do not. So at the very least, let's give this man some tickets to see Aziz Ansari telling jokes in Long Beach in April. Hold on, you got a pair of tickets coming your way. You can rub that in your manager's faces. A couple of messages about things that happened over the weekend at K-Rock's Almost Acoustic Christmas.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sweet Dibbit. Thank you for sharing the All Acoustic Christmas live feed on YouTube. The YouTube feed is really cool for us that aren't able to be there in person. I really appreciate it. Also, I found it really hilarious how Jake was sitting on a joke for about 2 minutes while you guys were talking to the people whose seats you upgraded, and he tried to sneak in his joke right before the whole bit was over. And, it was just really funny. I don't know how to deliver it funny myself, but...
What was the joke you were sitting on for 2 minutes?
I had no idea.
I do remember we upgraded some people's seats. It was a mom and her kid. It was his first acoustic Christmas. The kid just broke their arm skateboarding. So
and they were both wearing Smashing Pumpkin shirts, and she was trying to, train him right musically.
Right, and I thought it was cool. And it was a good story, and then...
Check it out. You got to get that insurance money.
Was that the joke, Jake?
Is that what I said? I don't know.
Terrible.
Let
me just say, a lot of people are asking that we're not paying attention to us on Saturday. Did Jake do what he said he would do with the 70 push-ups? And it's very controversial. I mean, we did technically in the middle of the live broadcast, we did stop down. Jake took off his purple tie-dye shirt. Underneath, he had some weird muscle man shirt on.
It was a tank top.
Which, by the way, if you want to see the visual, I think there's some of it on our socials, on Instagram, but also on the YouTube live stream at K-Rock's YouTube. You can watch him physically do the entire thing so that you can be the judge. I believe it's 45 minutes in.
Jake stopped a few different times during the, quote, 70 push-ups, and then there were a few that were... questionable at best. He started, good pace going, but he was going very quickly. He wasn't
going all the way up or down.
Right. He was
in the middle.
It looked as if he was trying to impregnate the stage. He was kind of gyrating up and down on the stage. Regardless, I don't want to not come across like a man of my word. So when all was said and done, I did.
The audience, the crowd said that he did it. So
they just wanted me to put on.
No,
Jake's
that's not true. There's
shirt.
one guy in the crowd said I was rooting against you, but I had to say you did it.
Well, you did. Regardless, you did a lot of push-ups in a row, which explains why you have those giant man boobs. But when Jake peeled off his, I thought because he took off his shirt before he even did the push-ups, that I was going to be okay because I said, I thought the gross part was going to be putting on this shirt after he did 70 push-ups.
But you did say as soon as he arrived and sat next to you, he already smelled terrible.
He showed up to the forum smelling very gamey, like very, very sweaty. And I think he had a very long Uber ride there, way longer than he anticipated. And I think he said that he had additional panic and anxiety because he was running late for the live broadcast. So for whatever your body did, it kind of gave up on you on the way to the forum. And as a result, you had a real bad sweat attack, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And then Jake took off his shirt, his big, bright tie-dye shirt, very aggressive tie-dye, and then I got to watch Klein slowly put on that tie-dye wet shirt.
Super wet.
And see you gag throughout the whole process of putting it on. And then even just seeing you in a tie-dye shirt, in Jake's tie-dye shirt, made me so happy.
The amount of moist... I've never... we've all had
He's
days.
like, it's so wet.
It was so wet. I had no idea.
And then you put it on over your shirt so that your shirt was wet.
My shirt has been thrown in the trash. That was a brand new shirt I just
I'll
bought.
take that shirt.
Threw it right in the trash afterwards. And I'll say something else about you, Jake, because we would make fun of you. The concept that you used to have to put paper towels in your pits because of the amount of sweating you have. I had no idea. I mean, Allie, it was as if he was one of those guys that went swimming with a shirt on. That's the level of wet it was.
And that was just from sitting.
And that was from sitting. He hadn't even done anything.
That's my social anxiety kicking in.
So I had no idea what you go through on a daily basis, but it is gross.
Does it make you have a little more sympathy for Jake?
it makes me never want to get involved in any sort of a bet again where I have to put on something he wore. Because, I know you had a good laugh about it, and I know some people say that it was just watching the, we could repost some of it, but just how truly disgusted I am. I mean, think about your sweatiest, grossest friend, and think about them taking off a shirt that they've been wearing, and then you having to put that shirt on after you're showered and feeling clean and ready to go.
Would you rather that than another pair of clothing from him, like socks or pants?
All equally gross.
Really?
No, socks and pants would be fine.
But that shirt, I've never felt that amount of precipitation on an underarm.
Does it make you feel more gross that he only does laundry like once a month?
Yes. Every
well, that's why I have so many shirts.
Every thought we had, every little conversation we've had on the radio
of like pit shirts accumulating over.
How rarely he does laundry. How sometimes he goes to the laundromat, but he ran out of money for detergent, so he just kind of puts it in the water. Every one of those stories
still counts as washed.
Was in my. All of those stories were in my head the entire time, and I was thinking to myself, God damn, this is absolutely gross.
But I don't think we could feel bad. Worse, I think the person... No. Oh, I'm wording this very badly.
Yeah,
we should all feel really bad for Kibby. Because Jake's dog is the one that has to not only have a better sense of smell than everybody else, has to be basically right next to his pits at all time on that little backpack.
That dog has probably gone nose blind at this point. Has to have. Because that poor dog is like literally right there.
Like it can't smell anything anymore?
It's right there in like the worst possible.
It's been like seared off.
Yeah.
Dogs like that kind of smell.
Well, anyway, so Jake, I guess, did his 70 push-ups. I got to rewatch the video in slow-mo. So a lot of people that actually studied it said he was closer to like 62 real ones, and then he kind of crumbled a little bit at the end.
Well, because the audience was counting without necessarily watching
push-up
by push-up.
They were just counting. They were just thrilled that they could count to 70. We got to take a break. We're back in a second. We got more show, brand new hour, and the first thing we do after your ADD news is get you into Six Flags Magic Mountain with some tickets for you. If you don't want to buy gifts for someone on your list, fear not. We will give you those gifts to give out, and we'll do it next.
Klein Alley Show.
Sweet David's Klein and Alley. I'm really happy that I saw you guys at the pre-show on Saturday. That was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. I feel like there's a part 2 to her statement, which we'll get to later. We don't have time to get into it now, but thank you for all of the people that made it out. Good times hanging. Hopefully you had some fun at KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas, be it your first, your 33rd, or whatever, somewhere in the middle. Always a good time. And by the way, just a ton of people pointing out on the text line, Jake is wrong. Jake is wrong. Will Jake ever admit he's wrong? Freddie Freeman is the only player to ever hit a Grand Slam walk-off home run. Kurt Gibson's was not a Grand Slam.
I didn't say it was a Grand Slam. I would say it was a walk-off home run.
Just once again, just everyone wants to point out Jake is wrong. It's nice to know that I've officially heard a moment.
You're wrong, dumbass.
Live when Jake was wrong, but he will never admit it. Go ahead, Jake.
Not wrong.
What?
Oh, my God.
But you are wrong because we were saying that baseball that just sold for $1.56 million, even though I think that seems like a lot of money.
We said it's the first time that's ever happened, and then you said, no, it's not.
You said no.
Yeah, walk-off home run has happened before. Kurt Gibson did it.
No, I said Grand. I was in my inference was towards the Grand Slam.
Well, you didn't say Grand Slam. You were inferred.
Holy moly!
What a Grand Slam! Your stupid face.
Jake's right. Omar, you're wrong. Jake's right. I'm on Jake's side now.
God damn it!
Can't interfere with the ace.
Klein, I can assume since it is 9 days left till Christmas that you are completely done with your holiday shopping.
Haven't started yet, but I did have a plan yesterday. Oh, my plan yesterday fell apart because I ended up just drinking a lot watching football. But this week, I need to start doing some stuff. I have really...
Oh, hey, dude. And you can't order online anymore because I tried that mid last week and everything's back ordered. Like my stuff's not getting in till this. I bought you guys the best present ever. It's not getting in, and everybody's getting the same thing. It's not getting in until December 27th. I was just like, what?
Well, yeah. Even on Amazon, it was like this will arrive in January. I'm like, what?
You're screwed.
What's going on?
Well,
but so
I'm not screwed because I'll just make my way. I'll go in person. I'll just find something.
That's what I did yesterday, and it was
sucks.
actually. It wasn't bad.
Really?
Yesterday.
Where did you go, Omar?
I went to the Ontario Mills. I hit up the Target, the Kohl's, the Lowe's, and everything within
all my favorite places.
6 hours. I got everything done. Yeah.
You got everything done in 6 hours?
In 6 hours.
Whoa.
Yeah. Oh, and I also hit up the Costco too.
Yeah, I think that's the trifecta right there. But I did my Christmas shopping early, so I really only have like 1 or 2 people left to shop for. So I've got 9 days. It's a great feeling, but here's what kind of screwed me. Over the weekend, I got 3 separate texts from people in my family or in my circle saying, hey guys, just want to let you know we're not really doing gifts this year. or we're only going to get gifts for the kids, like people who are under 18 type of thing. All the adults are not doing gift exchanges.
Yeah, life got expensive. For some reason, it feels like this year life got really expensive. And it doesn't matter if you're doing well or you're not doing as well. Even if you're doing the same, it feels like you're not a buck does not stretch as far. Everyone's stretched.
But then I think it's interesting that, do you think they sent that text early enough? Because now I bought stuff for half those people,
so,
and now I'm like,
they should have sent that right after Thanksgiving.
That's what I think too. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. So now I think that they.
By the way, genius on their part.
Smart. Yeah, because they probably know people already bought them gifts, and they're like, I just want to let people know. No, and you can't be a dick and go back over the top to them and be like, what do you mean no gifts? F that. Get me a gift. You can't say that. So you just got to go. All right, totally get it. So the question is, if you got a gift for someone, and then they throw you the whole no gifts, do you still give them the gift you got them, or do you keep it for yourself, or you bring it back, or do you give it to shift it to someone else?
Exactly, because I don't necessarily want to just keep the stuff that I bought because I'm cheap.
No.
Right, no, I get it.
You know, I'm not just
going
to have
givers. Can you return it?
I don't know if some of the stuff
you can't
is
return
like...
a lot of that clearance stuff Allie buys.
It's all kind of final sale, Omar.
That's a lot of final sale stuff. Allie's a big fan of the old final sale section.
When you spend $7.90 on a top, you're not going to get that money back.
When you get a table with 2 working legs and 2 that are kind of missing,
and some of them are like gift cards, and I'm like, you can't really return those.
No, but
then I guess I could use them, but then I feel weird using a gift card I bought for myself.
Yeah, but it's more
still
about
feels like I spent the money.
It's more about the idea that would someone get mad if they say to you, hey, we're not doing gifts, and you still give them something? Do they get angry and go, I told this person no gifts? Or are they like, oh, nice, I won this war. Like, I got a gift and I don't have to get them a gift.
And then if they're doing no gifts, does that translate for the rest of time?
Does that if they shut it down? I think everyone...
If once you shut down, you can't reopen, right?
I think everyone secretly, and maybe I'm wrong about this, and some will argue this takes the spirit out of the season, but I think everyone secretly is hoping to eventually get to that point where
no one is getting or giving gifts ever.
Yes, that's right.
That's the true meaning of Christmas.
Yeah, I think that's where we're all moving to eventually. Because every year, I think with my sisters, I'm like, maybe this will be the year where we just go, look, you get your kid something they want, just say it's from me. I'll get my kid something they want, say it's from you.
Yes, because you know your kid better than I do. I never see them.
I don't want to do this whole I'm sending links over here and this and that. It just makes no sense.
But then also, I wonder if parents do that and say, hey, no gifts, do it for the kids, because they want their kids to get better stuff. And I already got stuff for their kids, and I already spent X amount of dollars, and now if I'm not getting stuff for them, are they expecting that to trickle down to their kids?
Probably.
So I'm supposed to beef up their gifts.
Yeah.
Now I got to reorganize everything. So what the hell?
If someone has sent you a text and they said, did they give a reason why we're not doing gifts this year? Or just said, hey,
no.
They said, hey, we're just not going to do gifts this year.
Just said no gifts for adults. That includes the grandparents, by the way.
Right.
But I'm like, so I think it is just because everyone's strapped, which makes sense. I mean, I don't think they really need to explain it. But now I'm like, okay, well, the kids are like 18, 20, like they want money.
But old people's cool because you can just find something they already have, wrap it up, and give it right back to them. They'll be like, oh my God, I love it.
Or like number one grandpa works every year.
Yeah, just like it's the same thing. Just keep giving it to them. That's just
my God, my slipper.
I have one just like this.
Just like this.
This is great. We got your gayest football highlights from the weekend. Congratulations, Ram. They're now a 1 seed, huh? This is KROQ. right, let's get to your ADD news right now on KROQ this morning. Hopefully you have recovered or at least reliving the glory, checking your phone for pictures you didn't even realize you took on Saturday night, KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas. And the big announcement, I got a chance to hear it last night, is that Loveline back on KROQ.
Yeah, I
Where-
know.
where
Their
it belongs.
First episode last night.
Congratulations, Kevin Kenny. In fact, tomorrow, Kevin, the new doctor, Dr. Tara, they'll be stopping by to hang with us here during the show. So if you got any sex, relationship problems, or questions, save them for tomorrow morning. The new cast of Loveline, I think Beer Mug is somehow involved in that show. I'm not exactly sure why or how, but anyway, that's going to be happening every Sunday on KROQ, at least for now. That is the first way I even learned about KROQ.
I have what doctors call a leaky penis.
Well, now I
Case
know.
number one.
Now I know
That's why he's there.
Every week they're going to try to solve that problem, and they'll get a lot of mileage out of
If
that.
we bring that up, he's going to be so mad because he, I'm sure, wants to be taken
Right.
seriously.
He's trying to reinvent. He's trying to reinvent himself as producer Beer Mug.
Yeah, let's talk love and relationships.
Yeah.
I'm Beer Mug.
Let's get all of the clips we have of him talking about his leaky penis, and let us make sure to play those tomorrow over and,
his
over
clogs.
again. Oh, and his clogs.
It's hard for me to keep track of my clogs.
Save those all for the doctor. That'll be
Did you hear
tomorrow.
that, doctor?
So Sundays on KROQ. Last night the big maiden voyage, the big announcement happened on Saturday at Acoustic Christmas. Sounded great from what I heard. I was in. It's just brought me back because I learned about KROQ listening to Loveline in my bedroom on the East Coast.
You probably called in with the two buttholes, right?
Called in and never called in. Thought about it. Thought about calling in many times. Never actually had the balls to do it. Also, I think because I was on the East Coast, it was a tape delay. It was like a day-old episode or something.
Right.
But regardless, Loveline back on KROQ. That's the big exciting news. And now other news. Here we go.
Grab your Adderall. It's time for ADD News. Oh, good. My least favorite part of the show. Wait, was that out loud? I can't figure out if I'm dreaming or awake really right now.
Let's all write questions about each other and submit them tomorrow when Dr. Tara and Kevin are in here. So that, like, for instance, you want to write a question about my two buttholes, even though I don't have any questions about that, you can do it, and they will. And I'll write questions about Allie and her herpes and stuff.
What?
Yeah, and then see, it's not so fun when it comes your way, is it? And then we'll
talk about Jake and his pits.
talk about Jake's slits and pits. That'll be the theme for tomorrow's show.
About how he had to turn the AC on. Is that
After
signify
sex.
good sex?
Right. We'll get into all that tomorrow when the new cast of Loveline joins us during our show.
So you can pretty much do anything online now, and is there anything that you really feel you still have to do in person? I asked this because Amazon just started their car buying service. They just launched it, so now you can click and buy a Hyundai on Amazon, and then you can schedule a pickup and go get your new car. And it's not like Amazon's the first to sell cars online. I mean, CarMax, Tesla, a lot of people have been doing this for a while, but Amazon jumping in just really moves everything so much further into the online realm, and it makes you think, eventually, could stores just go extinct? When you really think about it, is there anything that you wouldn't just buy online?
I think the test drive is necessary, though. I think you still have to go into a dealership and test drive it, and then possibly make the transaction, on Amazon or something like that. Because the car buying process does suck.
Right. Traditionally, the car buying process is terrible, and places have figured out ways to try to make it less terrible. But if it's one click, I actually think the reason and one of the benefits of the car buying process being a long, drawn-out process of forms and rooms is that it gives you quite a few opportunities to be like, you know what? I don't want it. I don't need it. I got to think if it's so cool. I mean,
But that buy now button is so easy.
Think about all of the things we have bought because it's so easy to click and buy that I'm afraid I could end up with like multiple cars.
You already did that.
Well,
I did. You're right. I still got to get my deposits back for those Cybertrucks. I held a few of those things accidentally.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
even want one. I just want my deposit back.
And I think the car dealerships try to do whatever they can to make it easy. They're like, sign and drive, sign and drive. All you got to do is
Right.
sign and then drive, and you're good. But when it comes down to it, people just want convenience. I mean, but even grocery stores, going into a grocery store and picking your avocados, picking your stuff in person.
I like that better in person.
I do too.
I've
but
used,
so many people do Instacart now and don't need that experience. They can just click and buy.
Yeah, but there's no way the guy who's doing your Instacart shopping gives an F if your avocados are overly ripe, too ripe,
But I
not
do
ripe
have a lot of
enough.
respect for people who can pick them.
There are
a few
some people-
times that I've ordered,
Right.
and I'm like, damn, they picked a good one.
Yeah, and if you give the power to the shopper to just go ahead and, sometimes you give them a choice, like if they're out of what you want, get something else. One time I needed sponges. I swear to you, sponges. And the guy showed up with a giant sponge cake. And I was thrilled.
And I was
thinking to
great.
myself, that guy's a genius.
That's amazing.
Give that guy a raise.
Buy online. All right, the drone situation has gotten so big now that the Department of Homeland Security is officially getting involved. As many of you probably know, large car-sized drones have been spotted in New Jersey, Temecula, Long Beach, and the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security has made a statement saying, I want to assure the American public that we are on it. But I also wanted to share a few of the craziest conspiracy theories, just so we could talk about them, because they're always so great.
Many drones, why are they up there?
So obviously there's the alien theory. These are not drones. They are orbs that represent highly advanced terrestrial technologies, either military or private sector. And they're either coming from the air, that's one theory, or they've been coming from the water.
Like cicadas.
Yeah,
They've
exactly.
been underground for a long time, underwater.
Yes, and somehow the orbs are like summoning them.
That's pretty cool.
That's cool.
Let's go with that theory.
Another theory is that it's the Biden administration using dark exos to create something that will stop Trump from getting into office.
It's a little bit more of a far-fetched theory than the first one. The first one I could still believe.
I mean, you know old people in technology.
They love
Biden
it.
would never be able to.
No, never.
And then there's Project Bluebeam, which is a conspiracy theory that claims the U.S. government is planning to use holographic technology to stage an alien invasion.
Ooh.
And then create panic and lead to some kind of new world order.
Right, false flag. Yeah.
Isn't that a cool but not true idea?
They took that from Spider-Man.
Well,
the latest
regardless-
Spider-Man movie.
Well, it's still possible, though. Still possible. I like that
Spider-Man
theory.
is also another theory.
What about just local pervert got better drone? Is that not a theory? Because that's where I'm at.
Sorry, I'm not seeing local pervert.
Oh.
If you've been to a mall in person, live and in the flesh, was there a Santa Claus there? Was there a line for the Santa Claus? Because I went to the mall and I saw maybe 2 kids in line to meet Santa. And you remember in years past, it's been a long process to get a picture with Santa. They were driving up those prices for the picture packages.
Sure
they were
were.
making a lot of money. But this year, it has dwindled big time. And they say one of the newer trends that's replacing Santa photos is buying Santa experiences. So you have a session with Santa that you have paid more for your own time, like doing Santa story time, or doing a cookie experience, like having cookies and
Santa
milk.
comes to your house?
Or doing your own pet portrait session, like a photo session.
They're ruining the whole thing. The whole thing is that Santa is a busy man. It's his busiest time of the year. He doesn't have time to go to your house in Encino and make cookies with you.
Yeah,
Get
hop on
out
my
of
lap,
here.
tell me what you want, kid.
Right,
Move
move
on.
it along.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's the Santa way. But now people are paying as much as $200 for a 10-minute private session. And some of these sessions that
how
are
much?
longer,
$200
$200 for 10 minutes.
What?
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're not getting that thing you asked for. 'cause
And they
all
say
money
that
got
these
blown on
Santas are
meeting
better.
Santa.
The Santa knows what the children's interests are, like
forget
psychic
it.
style, and can tell them what they want before they even sit on the lap.
All right. Here's a holiday tradition for you from our friends in No Doubt, Little Oys of the World. We'll get into a brand new hour of the show next. The first thing we do is give you tickets, Six Flags Magic Mountain. If you want them, be ready to call us. It'll happen in 2 minutes and 22 seconds on KROQ.
Pasadena, Los Angeles, Orange County. This is the world famous KROQ.
Welcome to KROQ. Welcome to Recovery Monday. And if you're still going into your job this week, well, enjoy the roads. Not as crowded as they've been in weeks past. Or perhaps you haven't even started your holiday shopping yet, in which case, quickly get to a mall immediately or start clicking. Make it happen. Let's
Say
go
hi
ahead.
to Santa while you're there.
Say hi to Santa. He's very lonely this year. Let's go ahead and give away some tickets right now to caller 20 800 520 1067. Here's what we got for you. Starting now and happening every hour on KROQ. You would think, Allie, we gave away so many KROQ Almost Acoustic Christmas tickets.
What could we possibly have left?
Maybe we have a week. We just take a week off. Maybe people can call and give us stuff. But that is not the case. Magic Mountain will send you with a pair of tickets to Six Flags Magic Mountain Holiday in the Park happening. Select nights now through January 5th, and you'll win those tickets starting right now at 9 o'clock and going straight up through 6 p.m. every single hour. Win them with us and Nicole and Megan. Get yourself those tickets and enjoy some Six Flags. Caller 20 will pick you up in just a moment and give you the good news. Meanwhile, I just want to say that I really think that we get a lot of support from the listeners to this show. And
it was incredible.
Very much felt that way on Saturday. And even though many of you were not able to go to Acoustic Christmas, it still feels that way when you come to our other events or leave messages on the Go line. And every once in a while, it's a message that stands out among the rest. It really makes us feel loved.
Hey, guys, I was hearing the sober time, and I heard that Mr. Kevin Klein is going to therapy. And I'm going to need you to go ahead and stop that, buddy. Listen, you're funny, man. I need you nice and traumatized. Please do not get better. Allie can go to therapy. That's okay. I mean, there's no fixing that. But, Kevin, please stop. For the good of the show, I implore you. Thank you, sir. Swift divot.
I'll have you know that I was actually just fired by my recent therapist. She pulled the plug on me. So that now makes...
But did she...
Yeah, she said she's done. She said she's retooling her schedule in 2025, and
it doesn't include you.
Does not include me as part of it. It was a very nice letter. I mean, she said something about good luck on your journey or whatever BS therapy word she used. But she said, because I told her I have a very limited schedule. I can't do stuff in the morning, and I can't do stuff later. And I have a little window, and she said that my schedule no longer, matches her schedule.
You're not compatible with your therapist. Maybe it's meant to be. You can find a better one.
After my third,
hotter one.
That's 3 times now. 3 therapists. You go through 3 therapists.
Is this a therapist that would only see you for like 35 minutes, even though you had 60 minutes scheduled?
Well, we had 50. I guess the sessions are supposed to be 50, but about 42, she started saying we're going to have to wrap it up soon, and I kept going, what do you soon? And then
I think you're better off, man.
And then she would kind of start like...
Guys, stop. Nope, not better off.
Oh.
Yeah. Nope, nothing.
Some mushrooms.
Hey, this guy said it. I'm funny or traumatized. I'm funny or traumatized.
I don't think that's true.
I'm going to go with that random person on the phone, Allie.
It gets worse over time, Klein.
Love that. That's my mantra for 25.
Oh, my God.
Hey, Tony, let's make it better for you right now. You are caller 20. Tony?
Oh, my God, no way.
There's Tony.
Hello?
Irvine, California, representing. Congratulations. Six Flags, Magic Mountain. You got 2 tickets coming your way. Tony?
Woo! Thank you.
You're very welcome. Hold on 1 second. You work on your celebration, okay?
Why don't you work on yourself?
We go full nutso. That's my plan for next year. I'm unhinged, guys. Lincoln Park, KROQ. Yes, it's KROQ. We're Klein Alley Show. If you listen to the show, you understand that we do 4 hours of live radio every day, also live on YouTube for those of you that are checking along on the NetBang. Appreciate you watching the show. You can check us out on YouTube every single morning, see what the thing looks like. And I like the people that go back and forth. Some people listen and watch, maybe listen to your drive and get to work. You put us on YouTube. Greatly appreciate all that. But Jake claims that all of us, because he is the assistant to the assistant of the audio sniper, all of us have things that we say on the show over and over again. In Allie's case, it's a lot of noises. She makes noises for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That's one of the things she said before. We don't even know what it was in regards to, but in her mind, these are spot-on sound effect impressions, as you know.
What was that? Do you remember?
Thought that was her doing lesbian stuff.
No, that was somebody not understanding something and then doing a double take.
That's what that was?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I could see it.
Yeah. Thank you, Omar. Omar understands me.
Yep.
So, she'll make noises. Jake says
what did you say? Yeah.
Jake says the one thing that I do a lot of is when I have run out of things to say, but I don't stop, I don't just shut up. I will say this and that or this or that as my examples. He says I do it all the time. And he's put together a collection of all of my this or that's of 2024.
Not all, about like a quarter of them.
Okay.
Really?
There 2 happened today, earlier.
So
how many on average per show do you think?
I don't think I do.
It's like 1 or 2 per show.
It's not 1 or 2 per show. So Jake has put together this, what he calls Klein's this or that's of 2024. And I'm sure I'm going to hate this, but
wait.
For your own enjoyment, take a listen. And I'm looking at all this cool stuff, and it's trips, and it's this, and it's that. As far as being... Now, hold on, that's a different one. I said this and it's that. They're not all the same. There's variations.
There's this and that.
So here we go. As far as being like very woke and into whatever and this and that, but apparently he used the Italian almost updated to like hikes and this and that.
Yeah.
I like hikes.
I like how they almost like run together and they make sense.
We say a lot of things that people don't like on the show, of course, and some people don't get the show, and there's a lot of complaints about this or that, etc. I did think that's a different one. That's this or that. That's this or that. Etc. That's totally different, guys. So anyway, we go through the this and the that and the this, Dr. Boom, and then they finally that's 3. Once again, these are all...
And
Jake,
Dr. Boom.
You're trying to make me sound like an idiot here, but the
that, Dr.
I don't want
Boom.
to try very hard.
every example is slightly different. Like everyone's all pent up with anger and aggression and yelling and this and that. We make fun of it so much. We have so much audio we play constantly about brawls and this and that. I just know it's going to come back and bite me in the ass, and I'm going to have the worst experience ever. It's going to be all of the issues we have and all the problems and this and that. So I'm all excited and ready and this and that. Any of a number of things, because it could be you need this or that, or you forgot this. Because of the sports teams and the anger and this and that. I know that, everyone's about minimalizing this and that. Old guy jumps on the screen with a big mustache. He's trying to sell me golden coins and this and that. Okay. That's enough.
How much
There's
have we
2
gone
minutes
through?
left. Oh
my God.
That was 1 minute of this and that.
Okay.
Why don't you put the shock collar on me, and if I do it again, just shock me. I got to learn to stop doing it.
This and that.
You're expected to be appropriate and this and that. And they're like, I guess I'm supposed to vote. It's my right.
But
and
then
this
there
and
are
that.
a lot of young activists as well.
Sure. For us to be taken seriously, as everyone's talking World Series action and this and that, kind of doing a lot of shaking my head and this and that. So many more stories here involving Tijuanas and borders and this and that.
You really do. I don't realize how much you say
This
it.
is
It's so much.
But, Allie, this is a year's worth. This is a year's worth.
No, this is like a quarter of a year.
Shut up, Jake. It's a year's worth. I'm pretending they're Michelin starred or this or that.
No.
Checking in, bringing this and that, family and health and this and that, folding card tables and this and that. It's a lot.
There's so many unnecessary ones.
So many.
You just could have stopped.
I know. I got to shut up. They constantly have to clean up and this and that. the big number they give you before they talk about adjusted for insurance and this and that. Chargers, battery packs, this and that. Oh, there's that bouncy boy and making fun and this and that. And now you get to go ahead and rub their face in it. Thing and not smashing my boxes and this and that. Feels like it goes on for months and months and months. There's calls happening. There's this, there's that.
There's this, there's that.
That's a different one. That's a variation.
Different delivery.
So I did some stuff, this and that. So she's doing this whole thing about how, I hate the Dodgers, this and that. Or good-looking people connecting with each other and this and that.
Even that's a heartwarming one.
That was that was my feel-good this and that. They're all different. I don't know what you're talking about. And by the way, that's only 2 minutes down. There's 1 minute left.
Oh, my God.
He claims the last one is the best this and that there is. I haven't heard any of these. Maybe only the unethical hackers have the cool names like crack code and this and that.
Crack code, and I've got nothing else, so I'm going to go with this and that.
I had nothing to begin with. If crack code's the best I have. We're just, we think of hackers and terminology and this and that. So many reasons why people were feeling hot and cold or this or that. 2 frozen taquitos, and then I've got, a jar of this and that. That's different.
A jar of this.
Because that's in jars. We talked to a ton of people that are tatted up, Lincoln Park this and that. It's always been a man and that done it before and this and that. With all those different meats, the carnitas and the beefs and this and that. Isn't that one of the things they claim, like politics and this and that? I like to smell parts of my girlfriend and this and that. Stand up now. Okay. 20 seconds. Sit down now, this, that. My wife's into some frozen yogurt place that she claims is all like low, whatever, this and that. And I eat it. I'm like, there's no way. They talked about the whole rolling blackouts could happen if people don't play the game and this and that. And it says, we don't know what's going on and we're out of touch and this and that.
My takeaway is the Klein Alley Show, a show full of this and that and boopity boop.
Yep, that sums up the show pretty much. All right, thank you. Wow, wonderful.
It really does.
All right, we'll be right back. We got more show next.
And?
Complete with all sorts of things. Not going to do it again.
I love your this and that's.
Never again. You won't hear me say either of those words ever again.
Yes, I will.
I'm taking them out of my head. You'll never hear me say either of those words ever again.
I bet you $100 to do it for the rest of the week.
$100?
Jake will be able to move out of his shack in no time.
So the thing is, once I bet, you're going to make a conscious decision to not do it. If I didn't bet you, you would do it for sure.
All right, I'll take the bet.
What?
$100. Quick break. More show.
Think of how much this and that you'll be able to buy, Jake.
More show next. KROQ, Klein Alley Show. Let's talk holiday parties. There's certain people that will be there every year. You can count on them. Doesn't matter where you work, what type of job you have, friends, coworkers, etc. You can count on certain people that you will see that usually just come out. I'm not saying they're like this year-round, but around the holiday party, there's a certain type, a certain breed. And some of them, I think, would fall in the category of dick. And it's time for us to nominate those people in this round of Don't Be a Dick.
Don't be a dick.
Just found out that our own company here, in case you're wondering, I did not think, I was looking over the past few years of, quote, holiday parties as they've happened here. And this one is a new low even for this place, which is kind of interesting.
Which I would say the true holiday party for this station is Acoustic Christmas.
Sure.
It already happened.
That's a party. Great. We get to go. We get to bring some people. It's a good time. It's probably better if you're going to put that toe-to-toe against any company holiday party happening at any company in America. It's as good as anything, probably way better. But when it comes to the actual inter-office holiday party, a few years ago, they would rent out some sort of a big swanky club in Hollywood. We'd all meet there. There'd be food and drink.
Sometimes
and
they would
music,
rent out amusement parks.
prizes, right. Then it became, let's just go ahead and do it here at the building. Already a big downgrade, but it was still during a normal party time, which would be a nighttime situation. They'd still bring in the food and this and that. They just switched the venue to here.
But never plus ones.
Then they got rid of the plus, right. They got rid of the plus ones. That was the year I think they got rid of the plus ones also. Then it became the let's do a lunch on a Wednesday. And I thought to myself, well, it can't get any lower than a lunch on a Wednesday. That's as low as it gets, right?
That sounds good.
And usually it's like people drove in to go to work. They're not going to go get hammered at a holiday party in the middle of the day and then go drive home.
Right.
At 4.
But lunch on the Wednesday was also lunch on the Wednesday, but food brought in by the restaurant in the building. So it was the closest, most convenient way to feed people. Not let's go ahead and find out something that people would really enjoy.
And I think also with the holiday party was a staff meeting. Is that
correct?
Yes,
you had to sit through the staff meeting
to get to the holiday
get into
party.
the holiday party. You had to answer a question at the door.
that part, I was like, all right, guys, that was just a work thing with food.
What was the third pie graph we went over in the meeting? If you didn't know, you couldn't even
You
get
can't
it.
have this actual pie.
This year, we have moved it to even the next level, which I am even I am blown away by. There will be a holiday party. It will not be happening around the holidays. They are moving it into next year. because apparently it's much more affordable to do things in January.
No, but also because the whole floor has been under construction for the past few
Right. So
it's been like 6 months, so they want to wait
They're
till...
using the excuse that there's not a room that could even have all of us until this room is done, and then it will
But
be...
then it's the big unveiling.
Right, and they couldn't possibly throw 2 parties. There's no budget. So they're going to combine the 2. So we'll be having our holiday party in January.
In the old lobby.
And or early February, depending. So
Depending on the contractors.
If you're keeping track of the downward slide of the holiday parties here, I mean, it is really shifting.
Have they hit you up for Pi One yet?
No, but that'll happen when we get close.
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
It'll go perfectly with our crafts.
They will.
But also, I would also just like to nominate at every holiday party the Remember Me guy.
Oh, my God. The person you have not talked to since last year's holiday party that comes up again and goes, hey,
Remember me? Remember I met you at the thing and then also the thing and then I was on that other Zoom and you're like, I don't want to do this. Let's just say we never met.
Well, let's say hi to Gio. We'll head up and down these phone lines, and we will figure out who is the biggest dick at the holiday party, give away some tickets to you just for nominating and helping us save society. What's up, Gio?
Yo, what up? Sweet Dibs.
Sweet Dibs. Who you got for us?
Yeah, don't be a dick. The one who takes advantage of the open bar and gets too hammered and becomes the laughing stock of the party.
What's an open bar?
I'm sorry,
no
what is
idea
this
what that is around
concept?
here.
It opens?
When I go back to our original party that was years and years ago, there was an open bar, and then that open bar shifted to everyone gets one ticket, and then...
Technically, it is a still open bar, but it's just the random beers that are left in the fridge here at work.
Yes, that is true. But the reason is, there is the one person, Gio's nominated, the person that really made all of the companies have to rethink that policy. Because there is the person that still...
But I thought that's what was fun about a holiday party is the random drunk
But
people.
there's also the person that you work with that doesn't really drink ever. So they have one drink, but they're still acting hammered, and they throw up on their shoes, and then they're like, well, we got to change the policy. You're like, but that person had one drink. They just haven't had a drink ever because they suck.
Yeah, and then that's what's killing the holiday party. You know what I mean? You got to keep those drunkies alive.
Let's say hi to
And the
AJ.
lightweights.
AJ, don't be a dick. We're talking about people that you encounter at a holiday party. Who do you got for us?
Hey, what's up, party people?
What's
so
up?
my don't be a dick at a holiday party, especially at a work event, is that one person who always tries to bring work into the party. We're just trying to relax.
Yep.
But then they're always the first to be like, anyway, but today's not about work.
Yeah, but they bring files with them. Okay, just check this out quickly on my phone. Now, the other thing about that, though, it's interesting, is that a lot of times when you try to go social with someone that you've only had professional conversations with, you realize you don't really have a lot in common outside of the work you do together.
Yes.
So you
that's
can
what's so uncomfortable.
you can try to go like, so what, any hobbies though?
Well, you're trying to fish for anything that can prolong the conversation and make it a little bit more than just surface
But
level.
then you realize we don't really have much. Let's just go back to the project we're working on. And it does feel that, yes, when you're around work people to not talk about work, you do have to kind of like, it's a different muscle.
But you have to have like fun with it. Like, remember that work stuff that we're doing? That's fun, though.
Cynthia, don't be a dick. Holiday party people. We're looking for the greatest nomination. We'll give away some tickets for you to see Aziz Ansari telling jokes in Long Beach. Go ahead.
Hey guys, yeah. So it's the jerk is my husband's friend, ex-coworker. He totally got trashed, didn't remember anything. Went into the bathroom, fell and smashed his face against the toilet.
Whoa!
And he broke his cheekbone, and he was bleeding everywhere.
Yeah, there is someone that if they do get injured, that will be the end of. If the injury is big enough where an ambulance is called, that's usually the end of the party.
That's also the only thing that people remember about the party.
I know, but then also if you were the one who drank a little too much, at least you didn't drink as much as that guy.
Right, and
like that guy sets the bar.
He's running cover for you.
Yeah, in some ways, that's a real unsung hero of the holiday party. The one person that does something more humiliating than you, so that whatever, like you accidentally, sharded or whatever, no one's talking about that anymore because this guy
exactly 760 wanted to nominate the drunk guy who keeps getting you to do asking you to do coke with him in the bathroom. Like they really want to turn it into like a seedy party, like hang out with me. My wife's about to leave me. Do this coke with me in the bathroom. And you're like, that's not what we're doing here. We're just having a nice holiday night.
Yeah, it can't be cool.
It's 2:00 and we're eating sandwiches from Panera. Panera doesn't necessarily mix with
Stuff's
coke.
pure. Let's go.
Eve, you're on KROQ. Good morning. Welcome to Don't Be a Dick. Who you got for us?
Hi, I was for holiday parties. That uncle that peaked in high school, and he's talking about all his memories and how back in his day that he was the greatest.
Uncle Rico, yeah, that
Even
guy,
just all the back in the day people.
the back in the day people. It's true for the uncle, but also for the work. It is the employee that has been there for a long time, and they'll talk about the same thing, similar to what I just did a moment ago with all how the parties used to be great and then they went terrible. They'll be like, "Oh man, back in Christmas '86, oh, we had a real rager here."
Yeah, we would be able to pants each other.
Rented out Big Bear. Strong nominees. We got to pick our favorite. Give away some tickets to see Aziz Ansari. If you're any of those people, don't be. It's our way of saving society with a round of Don't Be a Dick holiday party. We'll call back and give away some tickets next. KROQ, we are Klein Alley Show, live and interactive this week. If you need us, the number is 800-520-1067 to call. You can also join in the GOAT line. That number is 844-956-GOAT. Tomorrow's the day of the week that we usually unload GOAT together. So all of your comments, critiques, criticisms, year-end requests. We will be doing some best-ofs as we get closer to, Christmas into New Year, including the 50 most requested moments of this show, in the history of the show. So those big moments that you remember happening live, things that you'd like to hear again, maybe origin stories of stuff that you can't quite figure out, or those things that have stood with you. I mean, I met so many people this weekend at Acoustic Christmas that came up and said, I was not listening to the radio, or I was in a friend's car. This is what happened. I heard it. I was laughing so hard, and as I've been listening every day ever since.
Or couples who are like, I forced my wife to listen to you, and she's like, I know, I love it.
I hated them at first, and that whole thing. So maybe there are those moments, like the time that Jake broke his sex drought. That was a big moment. Big, great show there.
The dumb off, that was a big moment.
The dumb off. I mean, there's a variety. At the time, Allie fell off the bike and made it onto America's Funniest Home Videos.
There was all the fake endorsements that we gave to Vanessa.
Yeah, so moments that stood out to you that you think, how about the time we forced her to go do stand-up comedy and wrote her jokes for her?
Oh, my God, I forgot about that.
So many moments that happened just this year. It's not all just this or that, Jake. I'm saying that in context.
$100.
No, I'm saying it as in, the point is, there's actually some real stuff that's happened. If you want to hear any of that stuff again, let us know in the GOAT line, 844-956-GOAT, and we'll try to get it on for you that week between Christmas and New Year's.
714 said they believe that the This and That montage is Jake's best work and does now earn the title of the ace.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No audio sniper, though.
No.
Omar said he would have had that much tighter.
I think that's completely gone.
Yeah,
it would have been way tighter. Yeah, that would have been like 40 seconds max.
Omar would have had that at the right exact length of time. Yesterday was one of those days where I had a plan when I woke up, and it was a plan to actually do good for myself, because I ate like a total pig at Acoustic Christmas, and then afterwards I ordered food on the way home. I did that move where, and this is a real fat guy move, where I will order food on my drive back to my house to try to time it out so that I arrive at the house the exact same time the food arrives there.
Oh, you're getting it delivered?
Yeah, because I did not have time. I had a babysitter with a heart out. I had a heart out babysitter situation. I had to get her out by a certain time. Cannot lose another babysitter, so needed to be there.
Seems like a trend to you that you're losing therapists and babysitters. It's almost like it's you.
Maybe I'm the problem. Maybe
and this,
that's me.
and that.
But don't put that in my head. So I did the move where I said, all right, I'll be home exactly from the Forum to my house. Took an hour and a half to get there, but getting home, not as bad, 40 minutes. So if I put in the order right as I'm leaving, it should arrive at the same time, and that's a great feeling. That's one of those moments where I get when you arrive at the exact same time as food being delivered, there's something about it that feels like...
It's like the driver can just throw it out their window and into yours as you're pulling in.
And they never trust you either, because as I pull up and he's standing at the door, I go like, hey, that's me. And they always hold the bag to be like, who the hell are you?
Yes, because you look like an intruder.
Right, because you're supposed to be coming from inside the house, and I'm pulling up, and then I tell him what the order is.
And you were wearing all black.
I'm saying it out, but I'm also saying the order like out loud exactly what it is. And he's like, he doesn't even really know what it is exactly.
What'd you order?
Burgers and fries and all that, which I had already eaten a lot of at the Forum too. So I said to myself,
but they were baby burgers at the Forum.
And that's right. I told myself the same thing, Allie. I said, yes, they were baby. I maybe had 9 of them, but they were baby burgers. and then I ended up eating a bunch of baby burgers at the Forum. Was still starving afterwards for some reason.
Well, yeah, you're walking around.
Ordered burgers to be delivered to my house. Ate those burgers at night. This is getting close to midnight now on Saturday. Then I tell myself, Sunday, you gotta cut this out, man. This is not good. Cut it out. Sunday, I took my wife to LAX airport. You know what I do every time I'm at LAX. Have to.
In and out.
Got to go to the In and Out. I think it's the best In and Out location, the one at the airport, and I love watching them planes. So dropped her off for a flight at 11 in the morning. Immediately went to the In and Out drive-thru, which was the shortest In and Out drive-thru line I've ever seen at any In and Out ever, which I was surprised
Usually
about.
that one, because if I'm leaving and I've just picked up my car, I'm like, I want to... No.
But
I'm not going to wait in a line.
But don't be fooled by that one, because even the line there that seems
worse
long,
than it is.
That is such a I'm telling you, that is all of the best In-N-Out employees must get offered the job to go work at the LAX.
Do you think it's the most efficient location?
It's the all-star team of all the In-N-Out employees. It's got to be. I even watched that operation in there. It is flawless.
The only one that I know of that is the fastest one for me is there's one that has two drive-thrus.
Genius.
It's like you think you're in one line and then boom, it's 2.
So I'm now on my 3rd burger in about a 12-hour span. And if you don't count all the baby burgers, I'm probably on my 11th or 12th.
Well, and some of those were little pastrami's.
Right, but still burgerish. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So then I'm eating the In-N-Out, and in the middle of the burger...
Which I'm surprised that you would order burgers knowing that you were probably going to be at In-N-Out
I forgot.
12 hours later.
I kind of forgot. I thought she was going to take an Uber, and then she's like, don't you want to drop me off? And I was like, no.
Don't you want to drop me off? No.
But I was excited about the In-N-Out. So at that point, I said to myself, as I'm eating the In-N-Out, now I really got to put it together. I still have most of Sunday left. Now is a good chance to just really not be a pig. So then...
It's funny, though, because when you unlock that, it's forever unlocked. I feel like for the day, once you've ruined it at the beginning,
right,
you keep telling yourself, I'm going to get back on track, but there's no getting back on track. You're already off the path.
It's also weird that at this time of year, you're trying to be good, because most people have, at this point in the year, exactly, they've given up and they're going to reset come January.
Yeah, but I know that that's so predictable for me, and then what I'll end up doing is I'll do that thing where I will actually usually put on a good chunk of weight between now and the end of the year, because I have that mentality of fit it all in now, but then it's all just sitting there January 1st, and that's it's my birthday too, so it's really sad when I see myself.
You just want to be at your fattest for your birthday.
I want to see myself in my mirror and be like, well, I guess this is how I'm starting this year, like this, at my absolute worst. So then I realized I already blew it because I was eating after midnight like a gremlin, the delivery food. Then I'm eating again at In-N-Out 11:30 in the morning. And then I say, all right, moving forward now, this is where the day gets good. And I had a moment. My kids were out. I had actually 2 hours to myself. I said, I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to work out. I'm going to... Thanks, Omar. I said I was going to do that. I had a whole plan in my head.
That's what the trainer said.
I'm going to watch football at the gym, watch the games. I don't have to sit on the couch. You're
going to watch football at the gym?
Yeah, they have a
like
TV.
While you're on the treadmill or something?
Yeah, and I could be like, look, those are athletes and this guy's not. Look at that. I go to drop my kids off at this, give me 2 hours free. And as I walk in, there's a bunch of dads sitting on the couch with a ton of delivery food in front of them. And they said, hey, want to watch this Bills game?
No.
And I said, I do really want to watch it, but I got to go to the gym. And then they laughed like Omar did. And then they said, why don't you sit down for a little bit? And I said, all right, what the hell? They just had ordered their delivery, Allie. It was more hamburgers had just been delivered to the house. And they had so many of them.
Oh, my God.
And they said, we actually ordered too many burgers. Do you want a burger? I said, guys, I just had a burger this morning and another one at midnight and about 9 more little ones earlier. And they go, great. So you're ready to go. You're in prime fighting shape. And somehow they made a point. And this one had bacon on it. I hadn't had one with bacon on it yet. So now I'm sitting on the couch having another burger.
You might as well
football.
start an internet challenge. Like, I had nothing but burgers for 7 days straight, and this is what I did to my body.
Unintentionally.
Yeah, you should have just kept going.
So I sat there, and then at that point, I just realized, in my head, I go, I'll just sit, have a few bites, and get up and go to the gym and work it up. I just ended up not leaving. I sat on the couch, I watched football, I ate another 2 burgers, then they ordered El Pollo Loco. I didn't even need that at that point.
Oh, yummy.
But I ate it. And that was my day. That was my day yesterday. That was my healthy day yesterday.
God, I feel disgusting listening to that.
And the last text I sent my wife, because she's on the airplane, was no. I said I'm dropping the girls off, and then I'm going.
I'm dropping the biggest deuce of my life.
I said I'm going to the gym, and the reason I said I'm going to the gym, this was the other reason, the catalyst for this whole thing. She was so turned on by Nick Hexum of 311. I've never seen her react in a way to like. I went through her phone at the end of the night. She was showing me the videos she took from Acoustic Christmas. She hadn't been in a few years. Every video is Nick Hexum.
Yeah. He's tall.
Yeah. And I go, what? Did you get any videos of Beck? Oh no.
No, he's a little squirrely.
Did you get any videos of any of the other bands that were here? She goes, no, but look at all these great 311 videos. I go, I don't see 311. I see Nick Hexum with his shirt on. She goes, that guy's in great shape. I go, no S.
Yeah,
I mean,
he's not on a burger cleanse.
Yeah. He may be in great shape, but has he put that as 11th burger in the course of 11 hours, like this guy right here?
That's dedication.
So she brought it up a few times.
I feel like seeing him changes people sexually.
Wait, so you thought that one trip to the gym would put you in the same category as Nick Hexum?
Yes, that's right, Omar.
Okay.
That's what I thought. So then at the end of the whole day, she goes...
By the way, go to the gym.
She goes, how was the gym? And I'm like, what, is she mocking me now? And then I realized that I had told her hours earlier that was my plan.
Yeah.
I just said that never happened.
Oh, you could have at least lied.
Never happened. I said, I ate a lot of hamburgers today. Please don't judge me.
And still love me.
Okay, Ron. Thank you, Hozier. It's KROQ. Klein Alley Show coming to an end for today, but fear not. Nicole Alvarez will be in here in a few moments. The pride and joy of KROQ's Almost Acoustic Christmas. The great Nicole Alvarez will be in the KROQ studio. She brings with her gifts to the tune of tickets for you to go to Six Flags Magic Mountain every single hour, starting again in about 15 minutes, happening all day long. We'll do that all week. Tomorrow you can join us on the show as the new hosts of Loveline back on KROQ Sunday nights will be joining us in studio to answer all of your love, relationship, sex, and rash questions. We'll get into that tomorrow on the show. All right, takeaways. What do we got?
Let's see. 213, my takeaway is traumatized Klein equals funny Klein, and this and that. 626, my takeaway is that one trip to the gym is all it takes to look like Nick Hexum.
If you're there long enough, one trip should be enough.
And 818, my takeaway is that Klein and Allie are the best. It was a pleasure to meet you guys in person and have you sign my boobs. Did we do that?
That's not funny at all.
No, but that's their takeaway. I'm just
Maybe their
reading it.
boobs were funny. I don't remember. But yes, thank you everyone once again. We cannot underscore this enough. The support that we felt being at that show, listeners, KROQ listeners, Klein Alley Show listeners, new ones, people, long-term ones, people that flew in for the show just to hang out. Greatly appreciate it. Hopefully we have some more fun events. Actually, I know we have one coming up, I think in January, but we'll talk about more fun events where we can all get together again. And look forward to giving those details next year.
And 909, it seems like everyone this year ordered milkshakes on Uber Eats.
According to Omar, that is the number one ordered thing on Uber Eats, milkshakes. Well, Omar, what is your takeaway from today's show? That stuck with someone from 2.5 hours ago, Omar. That's amazing.
I know, it's so weird. My takeaway is that if you're Klein, burger beats gym every single time.
Burger beats gym. In the world's game of rock, paper, scissors, burger, gym, burger will always beat gym. Jake, got a takeaway?
Yeah, working on the show counts as charity.
That is correct. It's a real charity, this thing. Non-profit for many years. Allie, takeaway?
My takeaway is that the key to being a good volunteer is hating it.
If you hate it, that means you actually are a good volunteer.
Yeah.
If you love it or
love
you're
it,
getting something from it,
you're making
selfish.
it about you.
Have a great day. We'll do it tomorrow. Try to do it better. If you need us in the meantime, the GOAT line is open for you now, 844-956-GOAT. You can slide in the DMs, Klein Alley Show. Check out some of the footage, including me wearing Jake's disgustingly pitted out T-shirt up on Klein Alley Show on Instagram.
Must watch.
One of the worst moments of my life, and we'll do it tomorrow and try to do it better. Omar, take us out this time. Attempt to not stutter. Here we go.
That they feel that that you know they feel that
Yo, what's good, shotties? On my fucking phone today. Look at Nicole. We're slumped. Post-acoustic. We're doing the live stream. I don't have access to my computer to do it on my fucking PC. Because your computer, no vibes. No vibes. Vibes on the phone, because now look at, we're mobile. We could go anywhere.
What do you think about acoustic?
Look at. Tell him, Nicole.
I'm sleeping. Hi, guys.
Oh.
Leave me alone.
What? Yeah, Nicole comes in her pajamas every day.
No, I work out first.
No, don't lie. Those are your pajamas.
No, I work out first.
Those are your pajamas.
They're not my pajamas.
Fit check. Let me see a fit check real quick.
No. No, leave me alone.
She's got an Aerosmith shirt on, pajama
No,
pants.
it says saving myself for Ryan Gosling.
Chat.
Leave me alone.
Chat. Look at that. Look how fucking telescopic it looks. And look at... Oh, look at that camera quality. Look at Banasa.
I didn't see anybody in green.
Huh?
I didn't see any of the nut bangers.
There was a couple, yeah. There was a couple dressed as the Grinch. There was another girl in green. BB was wearing green. I had green on my boxers. What's up, Ivan? Ivan, come here. What's poppin'? Hey, everybody knows Justin the engineer. But does everybody know Ivan the IT guy? Ivan! Okay, Union. Damn me up, dog.
No.
Say what's up to the chat. Say what's up to the chat.
What's up, everyone?
Look, that's a down ass fool right there, man. Look at.
Dog.
Oh yeah, dude.
Oh yeah, look at that sock chat. Ooh.
Oh no.
Hold on, shoe game is wild, but the socks are high, chat. Look at that.
It's the highest I've had in a while.
Chat.
It's like making
He
me
is
dizzy.
down. That's a down ass fool. Not gonna lie, we're having some post acoustic kind of like. We're tired. We're very tired. One day was not enough to kind of recuperate. I don't know how they used to do it back in the day, where you guys would have 2 nights of acoustic.
It was Friday, Saturday, right?
No, Saturday and Sunday.
Sunday. It was so hard.
Like that sounds terrible. Like why would you?
No, but we always it was really hard, and we were typically hungover, but it felt so good to finish it off. No. It was. I don't. Please stop.
Okay, so tell me, like, you're KROQ OG. Tell a young blood like me, like, because I can't conceptualize in my head having to do Saturday and Sunday at the Gibson Amphitheater, 2 nights of acoustic, and then having to come to work the next morning at like 6 a.m. if I was on the morning show back then.
It was really hard, and nobody felt good.
But would you guys not get that Monday off?
No.
You guys would have to come to work.
Yeah.
Wow. Boss is a savage for that one. That was cool. And he was the one partying last night.
We all did.
Yeah?
We all do, really.
Dang. Ain't nobody watching. Who's watching?
He was so happy.
Ain't nobody watching. He was so happy. It was a great night. Chat, that show sold out the day of the show. That was crazy.
Yeah.
And like, what's craziest is that the last 2 years were sold out and it was packed, but this year was like a different type of packed. Like, the Forum was full. Like, I was in awe the whole time, like, just looking up around the whole entire Forum, just like trying to find a single seat. I didn't see one empty seat. It was packed. During Sublime, people were just grooving and dancing. And then when 311 came out and they busted into Beautiful Disaster, like, everybody was just like a vibe. Beck came out and did his thing, and everybody was like singing along to Loser, like singing Spanish, so whatever. Like, it was great.
He sang that in Spanish?
Yeah, that's what he's saying in Spanish. He's like, soy ganador, I'm a loser, baby, so why don't you kill me? Like, he was singing in Spanish, and everybody was grooving and dancing, having a great time. And it was like, whoa, like, this is so
What was your favorite performance?
wild.
Guys?
It was
The people
crazy.
that went. I like Sublime, not gonna lie, and I like the Lindas. They were so cool. That's what they're saying.
I really.
You could just push through. Big was great, but man, people were living in the middle of set stuff.
Yeah, people are gonna do that though. Like, we don't really care. Like, let's be real. It's like a 5-hour fucking show. We know your attention spans are so short nowadays. Of course, you're gonna walk out during Jimmy Eats World or 311, especially if you've seen him for years or it's just not your band. Like, of course you're gonna do that. But like, your ass is gonna be planted when it's time for Beck or Pumpkins. I was a little upset because Pumpkins played Mayonnaise, which is like my favorite song off Siamese Dream, and I missed it for a quick second. But I got to meet Albert from The Strokes.
Ooh, I met someone cool too. Only the girlies would know. Sophia Amoroso from Girl.
This is where we turn around. Okay, ain't nobody give a shit about that. Ain't nobody give a...
Take me out.
No! Name drop people that people know or that are like artists. Like, who the fuck is Girl Cam? Who the...
On the chat.
Who's Sophia Ambrosia?
Dude, get out of there because you're showing them.
We got no secrets up there. What secrets we have up there?
1:30.
Yeah, he already mentioned that on air today.
He didn't. But
Yeah, he did.
But he didn't say what it was.
Klein, did you guys not hear Klein's secret today that he said what we have coming up in January? Oh yeah, keep in mind, guys, don't tell anybody. December 14th, Acoustic Christmas is happening. Don't tell anyone, Vanessa. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna get working on tomorrow's show. I'm doing this on my phone, so I can't see the chat or anything. But chat, drop a.
And Sublime were the best. Baby was good.
Oh, guys, remember, Bush did 311. 311 was an inside job. Bush did 311. And with that,
What's 224?
oh yeah, don't forget 2/24/25. Don't forget.
What that is.
Don't say we didn't warn you. But remember, marketing your calendars right now. 2/24/25. And with that, we're going to say goodbye. Take it away, Timbo.
Thanks for helping this clip go viral. Clearly, based on the counter below, we're almost there.
Oh, God. Yes, that is viral.
You really got to share this with some people, please. Seriously, please. We don't want to get real jobs.
Don't make us beg, but that's what we're already doing.
Yeah. So, we do these videos from time to time. You can check it out. And believe it or not, there's a complete show. These videos are the worst of the show. You want the best of the show? Check us out on KROQ every single day. We're also available on your apps as a podcast to accommodate your schedule, or we'll be juggling at a gas station near you soon.